The following is a special presentation of WSAV Sports. Tonight, Georgia 5A holds its breath as two longtime foes square off in a pressure-packed last game of the regular season. Effingham County knows it's in a dogfight, but that's something the Rebels also know how to win. Last week, they jumped on Glenn Academy early, behind cat-quick receiver Travis Hunter. Then had to hold on for dear life as the Terrors mounted a furious comeback. In the end, Effingham prevailed and now heads into the final game with a shot at their second region crown in 4 years. It's been a long climb back to respectability for Statesboro. After more than a decade as the conference doormat, the Blue Devils turned high school football upside down in Week 7 with an upset of top-ranked Brunswick. And the Devils would like nothing more than to use their hated rival from Springfield as the stepping stone to their first region title since 2011. Both are in the mix. Both have been there before. Effingham County versus Statesboro. The Rebels and the Blue Devils. Next on WSAV CW. Now, faster than a Mustang, more powerful than an F-150, the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is on the air. Powered by O.C. Welch Ford Lincoln.
It's senior night and Halloween night right here in Statesboro. But no tricks on this one, nothing but treats, because we've got a treat for you. A game that's going to decide the region title in 5A. And yes, kids of all ages are very excited about this one on this big day. We congratulate all the seniors out there, but they're not going to be the ones on the field as much as everybody's going to be looking to see exactly what can happen. Statesboro and Effingham County. Winner could be the 1 seed by the time we're finished. Coach John Mooring, also All-American from 2006 over at Georgia Southern. Back home in a way for you at Statesboro on this one. John, what's the emotion level when you're talking about a region title and the possibility of winning it?
Yeah, I mean, I know both these coaches. I've coached against both teams. They're playing really good football right now. I'm excited to see it. I think we're in for a shootout. And
it could be. Statesboro is really the one with a lot on the line. They can win this region with a win over Effingham County, and it was a real nail-biter last week against South Effingham, who put on a pretty good fight on them. But looking at Effingham County right now against Glenn, you could tell right off that this was something that was going to be dangerous. Travis Hunter, they looked great. Everything was good. But then Tucker Perkins, their quarterback, goes down. Jameer Doe Davis, their running back, goes down. And Glenn Academy's running all over them, getting down to it. In fact, they had 3 onside kicks to get close. In the end, though, the last one didn't fall for them. And Effingham put themselves in position right now to at least get a 2 seed with a win tonight. Looking at the keys to game, you know, John, everybody's going to talk about turnovers, which is so big. But for Effingham, though, it's points on the board early. Their offense is so explosive. If they get Statesboro behind, it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, they can run the ball great, and, you know, Perkins can throw it. I mean, they have all the options. They have Hunter. They have receivers. They can throw it deep. They can. Coach wants to run it between the A and B gap, but they will take their shots.
And that single wing of Statesboro is dangerous for everybody out there. Effingham's going to have to do a lot to stop that one. Kicking game need to be clean. Extra points could be key on this one, especially in a high school football game. Looking at the other side, Statesboro, well, you know what? They've sort of run the table on all this, beating Brunswick, who was a big surprise for everybody. Nobody expected them to be here. South Effingham put up a fight early. They ended up losing 27-17 to Statesboro. Matt Dobson's team is just feisty. They're hard. They're not got a bunch of stars out there, but instead they just know how to play some hard-nosed football. And you talked about it early. The running game is going to be the key, but they're going to have to throw a little bit too.
Yeah, I mean, when their quarterback went down and they had to go to the single wing, I think they tapped into a whole new thing for their offense. And now you have to stop both, and if they can execute both of them tonight, they're going to give Effingham some trouble.
And defensively, what are they going to have to do? Because Effingham can sort of do everything very well.
They got to stop the run first. And that's key to defense. Stop the run and then just try to limit the big plays.
Huge for them. Statesboro probably comes in weirdly as an underdog, even though they're number 1 in this region right now because of the respect they have for the Effingham players. You know, they're going to talk about Travis Hunter. They're going to talk about some of these guys who could go D1. But Statesboro and Coach Dobson really feels like he's got that team atmosphere, which is making the difference right now.
Yeah, I mean, I know both teams. I've played against both teams. I think we're in for a really good matchup. I think we're in for a shootout.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Home crowd on something like this, you know the stands should be packed for Statesboro tonight.
Yeah, the whole town's electric. Driving in here and Halloween and stands.
You may remember that a little bit well at one point. So
a little bit.
We're getting ready for the coin toss out there. You see the Effingham County Rebels in the white tonight. Statesboro, of course, for senior night will be in the blue, taking up there. You look at it and every coach has got a different idea on this. I would think both teams really would like to defer right now and try to put their defense on the field.
I would.
Yeah, especially with
guys,
the explosiveness on both sides of the offense.
Yourself.
We'll take a listen to see what's going on.
That's good stuff. Hey, Ronnie Melton.
John Baker.
John? Ronnie Melton. Chris? All right.
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
What's your name?
Duff Davis.
Duff, Ronnie Melton.
Gary Cooler.
Gary?
Gary Cooler.
All right, Gary Cooler. Guys, good ball game. Big ball game. Let's have fun. And like I tell y'all, we will stay out of y'all's way if you play clean football. You will not know we're here. We just show up when something doesn't go right. Any questions before we get started? If not, number one, that's going to be tails. That'll be heads. 45 heads, tails. What do you want to call?
Heads.
Heads he called. If I drop this, I will flip it again. Heads it is. So what do you want to do? You defer to the second half? That means you're receiving. Which way, what goal do you want to defend? Scoreboard? All right, put your back to the scoreboard. Blue, you just pivot around and face them. You don't have to go too far. All right, that's good. Statesboro will receive. All right, guys, shake each other's hands or go give a fist bump. If not, hey, let's roll.
Referee Ronnie Milton going to introduce him to everybody on the field to make sure he knows what's happening out there. So just like you called it, Effingham going to defer, going to help put their defense on the field. Probably smart because Statesboro doesn't want to play from behind. So if they can get an early stop, I would think that would be a huge boost for an Effingham County team that probably wants it.
Yeah, I think Statesboro is going to come out and try to establish the run game, and I wouldn't be shocked if Coach Dobson has a trick up his sleeve in this first series. Knowing him, I'd watch for a reverse, double pass, something, try to get the lead.
Well, there you go. First insight on there. We're going to take it down to the third member of our team down there, Hank Tatum. Hank, what you got for us?
Well, guys, given that it's Halloween, it's scary how much this game means. For Statesboro, they can clinch their first region title since 2011, and they get to do it at home in the last game of the season on senior night. And a win tonight will clinch them as region champs. But it's not the only success story for the Blue Devils, as they've had their first winning season since 2013. Head coach Matt Dobson said that he didn't even know if his team believed they'd be here when the season began, and it's been incredible to watch this community rally around this Blue Devils team here in 2025. We'll see if they can make history tonight. But on the Effingham side, when they trot out for the first time on offense, watch to see if quarterback Tucker Perkins or running back Jameer Doe Davis will join them. They both left last week's game due to injuries. For Perkins, it's an ankle injury, and for Doe Davis, it's a shoulder injury. Head coach John Ford said they are true game-time decisions. They practiced a little bit this week, but both of them were limited in their participation. So we'll see, because they're a major part of these offenses if they're out there tonight. John, Andrew, it should be a great one as we wrap up our Friday Night Blitz game of the week this season. Back to you guys.
I don't know what's scarier out there, what's going on outside the field, or what you got on your body right now there. So is that a football? It's a potato? It's a little bit of everything, I think.
It's a football.
You look good, Hank. I appreciate it. So, all right. So here we are. Effingham County's going to kick the ball off over to the Statesboro Devils. Big crowd out here. It's even for Halloween. You think trick-or-treating, get it done early and come out to the game would be my idea, I think is what happened on this one. Jackson Wilhote will be your kicker for Statesboro. Check that. Mason Sellers kicking it off. Yes, Jackson Wilhote for Effingham County. And that's going to go deep to the man in the back. Up to the 15, to the 20, and a little bit beyond that. That was MJ Kimball with the return on that one. So Statesboro starts, and it all starts with Beckham Gerard. 666 of 103 for 796, 4 touchdowns. You know, he's, as a young man last year, 9 interceptions. This year he's gone down to 1. Coach Dobson said that's been a key to their success. So we look at what we've got on the starting lineup along with him, but it starts at that quarterback level. When you have a quarterback take that step forward, it changes your team exponentially.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see him tonight. Whether lean on him or the single wing.
See what happens. They start in the shotgun. And there's the handoff. No, it's going to be the reverse right off the top to Gage Newsom, the wide receiver, but he's not going to get anything. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. So, John, you called it an early trickeration play.
He did not. He didn't keep that one us waiting too long.
He told you he was going to do something, and he went first play out with this. As you look at the defensive starters for Effingham County, it's a real mixed bag. Their D-line very strong. A couple excellent guys on there. Landon Carter, that linebacker, is going to be their stud, though, who you've got to watch all game long. Here's that single wing that they're going with, and right up the middle with Gerard. And he's going to get 2, maybe 3. We're going to be 3rd and 6 on this.
Yeah, that single wing posed a lot of problems. A lot of blockers, a lot of backs, could go misdirection, but it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Big difference, too, when you can throw out of that. Yeah. That's got to be a huge difference when you're going, well, we can focus on the run and pack 8 in the box.
Yeah, and I know one of their running backs is a baseball player, can throw.
Already calling that for the halfback pass later in the game. You never know. Interesting, 2 guys putting their hands out like they're going to get it. Both of them on this one. Trying to throw him off. That's Keon Childers next to Beckham. Snap will go to Beckham Gerard, and they're going to give it to Newsom on the end around on that one. Newsom will get close to the first down. I think he'll be right at the line. They're going to call it a first on that. Gage Newsom, their leading receiver with 25 catches, but also has more than 250 yards rushing, so he's a multi-tiered threat for them.
Yeah, they try to get their guys, the ball in space, and they do a good job of that, especially in that single wing, that misdirection right there.
Because you could see 5 or 6 guys get balls in this offense because they really do like to mix it up. While Keon Childers, definitively the star running back for them, I think if they may be looking to key on other people just to make Effingham remember that too.
Yeah, I think he has, 22 touchdowns on the year?
22 touchdowns on the year, leading basically the region, the area, and the 5A. And there's Beckham Gerard. He's going to run. He gets a cutback, which will get him a couple yards forward. Good dive forward, though, for some extra yardage on that one. Holden Lovett, one of the guys in to catch him.
Coach Dobson coming out with quads unbalanced.
Looking a little something out there.
Yeah.
I think, you talked about it. He's going to have to mix it up because probably athletically they're not as strong as Effingham County. So keep them on their toes so they can't charge at you.
Yeah, I think they're playing right into their game plan right now, though. I mean, 3 or 4 yards a clip.
That's all it takes.
Keep moving, first downs.
So here we are at 2nd and about 6. Beckham Gerard, just a sophomore out here as the quarterback. Handed off to Childers, and Childers has got good room on this. Over the 40 to the 41-yard line. This is a man, 5'8", they say about 150, maybe 160 tops, even by the time he's finished. But 1,000 yards, as you said, 22 touchdowns on the year with everything he's able to do. Had 3 against Bradwell, 2 against Lakeside, 4 against Brunswick. Doing anything he needs to touch the ball and get in the end zone.
Yeah, he's a special back, and for being 150 pounds, I know Coach Dobson said that he had 40-something carries one game. I mean, that's impressive.
He did. It was 44 carries against Bradwell, and that's tough running back. He's going to get it again here, and another good cutback. Good pickup on the second line by the defense on that one, but still going to get 4, maybe 5. Duff Davis on the pickup and the stop. He's got good elusiveness. I like the cut first one way, then was able to cut back to the right on this one, so he can go both ways.
I've been fortunate enough to never have to play against a single wing, so this is all new for me. I'm kind of taking it back and trying to see how they're trying to attack the defense.
It is interesting when you get that. You said they were bringing the single wing in from out of town, basically, because they needed to when Gerard went down earlier in the season. So here is that single wing. That's a direct snap to Childers, I believe, and Childers will take it only to the 45. Maybe get one more on that before he's pulled down immediately. Nice tackle again by Duff Davis.
That's really what Effingham needed there. They need to get a negative play, get them behind the chains, 3rd and long, make them try to throw.
Also give John Baker credit. He was stiff on that one too, as well as Jackson Eubanks, the senior linebacker. Have not seen them throw yet. They got a pistol formation here, too tight to the left. Shift with one of the big offensive linemen going out as a wide receiver on this one.
That means hidden lineman. There it is, up the middle.
Throw over the middle, and he's wide open to hit him in the hands and just not able to hold on. Charles Harris had it and big yardage in front of him, not able to do it, and that probably means a punt. We'll see.
Yeah, anytime you split a big lineman out that wide, that means you're hiding a lineman somewhere, and their left tackle was eligible.
But hit tight end Charles Harris right in the hands. Harris has 5 catches on the year. Was hoping to make that his 6th, and that would have gone for big yards.
Probably would have been a touchdown.
So here's Beckham Gerard. He's punting for Statesboro now. The quarterback also here. I think a lot of teams go with this now, and it gives him an option. He's averaging about 34 yards a punt. He's going to kick it away from the returner. It's going to get a hop and then picked up right about the 19-yard line here as Effingham County will start down there. Interesting to see. We said Tucker Perkins hurt. Jameer Joe Davis hurt. Coach Ford was pretty cagey about it when we talked to him all week long, but you think both of them are going?
Yeah, I think Tucker Perkins guy has to play. It's week 10 region matchup, a lot at stake.
You know,
He's a tough kid too. I played against him. So.
He can throw very well. You see that line, all seniors across that line, which is huge for Effingham County there. Jameer Doe Davis, you see him right there in the lineup with that shoulder injury. They're not messing around. They said they want this 2 seed. It's important to get a home game and the ability just to stay in their own beds for an extra night. So Tucker Perkins is your quarterback. You see him number 13 there in the white for Effingham.
Man-to-man down here at the bottom.
And they're going to go quickly to the out and not quite where they were looking for. It looked like a little bit misdirection or miscommunication on that one. Probably headed for Travis Hunter. We'll get there early, but Travis Hunter, if you're looking and saying, oh, that sounds like somebody I've heard of before. Well, his brother is Travis Hunter, now with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he really plays well. He's a little smaller than his brother. He's fast. He's the leading receiver by far with 41 catches on this team. What do you see out of Travis Hunter?
I mean, he's just electric. He's fast, just like his brother as far as his quickness. And, you know, Travis, they said, was a little bit smaller when he was younger, too. He hit a growth spurt late, so we'll see.
Travis only a junior, so he's got time to grow, no doubt. Going with the 3 wide to the bottom, 4 wide overall. Doe Davis in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Davis, and a big hole there for Davis. He's going to get around the corner to the 30. He's to the 40. He's to the 45, the 50, and getting out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. And check that. That's Junior McKenzie. That is not Doe Davis in the game. I apologize. So that was Junior McKenzie, who's their senior running back, generally their backup in this case. So we'll see if Doe Davis is playing at all. But right now, Junior McKenzie did what he needed to and got a big chunk of yards.
Yeah, they got a couple of really talented backs and ran a zone read right there at the end, went up the field, and he hit underneath.
There's the handoff again. There's nothing doing here, though. Huge stick by multiple guys. I'll give credit on that one to Variety, including Aiden Kemp, the free safety, who seems to play in the box a lot because he's got more tackles that way and a couple tackles for loss.
Yeah, Effingham went with an unbalanced look. They moved the tight end to the strong side, making him ineligible. Seeing how Statesboro would line up to it.
Interesting. On the first drive, you end up calling a few things just to see how they'll move, and then it'll set you up for later, I would assume.
Yeah.
All right, there's the fake this time and out. That will be a complete pass on that one.
Effingham loves to run the dart play where they pull the tackles. They have 2 athletic tackles.
Noah Reese there with the catch. Wearing number 16. That's Reese's 9th catch on the year. He does have a touchdown. They're talking about Hunter is what everybody's going to focus on, but those other wide receivers are very dangerous, and they can break one free at any point if you don't keep an eye on them. There's Perkins again. He's going to go up top to his big wide receiver, just out of the range of his man on that one. Zeke Brown, and Brown's probably their number 2 in this case. Big kid, 6'4", 182, so like to throw it up as much as you can. Coach Dobson was very afraid about that because he doesn't have anybody that size in that secondary.
Yeah, that's always a nightmare as a coach.
So here is the punt on the 3rd down, nothing doing. So far, both defensive so strong against solid offenses. Landon Neesmith, your punter. He's going to kick this, not a great kick, but he's going to get a roll inside the 10, inside the 5, to the 1, and it will trickle into the end zone. So that's where Statesboro will start their next drive. 5:32 here in the first quarter. We'll see what Statesboro can do in round 2 on this one. Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. We'll be right back in just a moment. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by O.C. Wells Ford Lincoln. Looking for a new truck? Go see O.C. today. Andrew Davis here with Coach John Mooring, and Coach, you were talking about it before. Coach Ford's going to be a little upset because his guys didn't show the effort on that punt.
Yeah, he just could have been down on the 1 yard line.
Here's the quick play. Right to Childers, the running back, out of the shotgun on that one, and he's going to get all the way down to about the 29-yard line, gain of 8. So we're doing a lot of Wildcat style thing here, not letting Beckham Gerard do it, but instead Childers is the guy you want with the ball in his hands.
Yeah, they have a multiple.
We'll toss it down to Hank real quick as we talk about that. Hank?
Yeah, guys, we talked about the injury to Jameer Joe Davis coming into this, and you can see him over my right shoulder there. He is on the sideline with his helmet on, and coaches were talking to him during the last possession. We didn't see him out on the field, but I would expect him to enter this game at some point here in the first quarter, maybe on this next possession.
All right, thanks so much, Hank. So gain of 4 or 5 on that one for Keon Childers again. You know, it's tough. Shoulder injuries for a running back are some of the worst things you could possibly have because you take so many hits there.
Especially with a guy like him. I mean, he's so tough.
So that's a first down on that one for Statesboro. You know, how much do you play a guy, too? You know you're in the playoffs. You know where you are. You want that 2 seed, but maybe you look at Junior instead and say, Junior McKenzie, play as much as you can. Get us there. Here's the play to the outside to Gage Newsome again, and he's going to get across the 40 to the 41. So we've seen a lot of Gage Newsome early on. What is that about him when you get those cut-throughs on that single wing?
It's just, yeah, trying to give misdirection. Quarterback goes one way, hands underneath to the counterback, making the defense read multiple keys.
Interesting that he's getting a lot of those carries, though. Is it just to take the focus off of Childress in that backfield?
A little bit of both. I'm sure they're keying Childress and trying to distract him.
Trying to distract him a little bit. And here again is Childers, and Childers up to the 45-yard line, and that will be another first down for Statesboro. So they're doing exactly what they wanted to, keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving. We're under 4.5 minutes almost by the time we get this snap for Statesboro. So it's just what they want, and it's a lot of Wildcat single wing so far. Passing, one pass dropped by the wide receiver. Other than that, they've been all run all the time, and a lot of Childers. And again, Childers again on the direct snap, and he's going to get up to the 50. If it not broke, don't fix it. Coach Dobson said it was last week. He ran the same play 8 straight times because it worked.
Yeah, they were trying to bleed the clock last week, and they ran the same play 8 times in a row. So if it's not broke, they're not going to fix it.
It's like the old Redskins used to do. They used to call 30 gut every time, and so they were going to beat him down with it. And this is what, you know, you get into high school football. If your line is dominating and working, then you're going to keep it going. And that's just what they're doing. Again, one more time to Childers. He tries to take it outside, but nothing doing this time. Great tackle by John Baker, the senior linebacker.
That's what can happen. You can't get a tackle for a loss. I mean, they're doing such a good job running power between the A and B gaps. And
interesting that they did call the outside, the sweep on this one instead when you were doing so well inside.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to keep them on their toes a little bit.
Now Beckham Gerard, the quarterback, going to be back in this ball game after a gain of about 1. They got 1 on that one for Childers. It will be 3rd and 9.
Probably going to need a timeout here.
Yeah, they're not going to get this one off. In fact, that was a loss of 4 for Childers after a 2nd and 5. Coach should call the timeout, and he does on this one, Coach Dobson. So you're looking at this, you haven't thrown it all, you expect the throw here. If you're Beckham Gerard, I mean, what do you do with this offense? You have proven that you can throw, you know what you're doing. You only have 4 touchdowns on the year because it's so run heavy, but you've learned how to be a quarterback that can do both. Maybe you think about running on this one? You think about running on this one?
I would take a shot. If I'm Coach Dobson, starting long, ball right around midfield, take a shot, try to take a jump up early, scoreboard.
Figured you learned something from the last one. Well, we're far from the only game on the last week of the regular season. Tonight on the Blitz on WSAV starting at 11:15. It's all kinds of games with all kinds of repercussions as well. Screven County, ECI, you got a few people there. Colquitt County, Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill's dropped 2 straight in region. Colquitt's no pushover. Richmond Hill wants to stay out of that 4 spot or even potentially lose their spot in the playoffs. They need to win this game. Bryan County and Mentor. Bryan County has played much better. They're not sort of the doormat that they once were on there. Looking at Beach. Beach could make the playoffs. You don't say that much in Savannah, that's for sure. And Southeast Bullock still holding on to that hope for the playoffs too. Weird region with Calvary in the middle of it. Hilton had Christian, Hilton had Prep a little bit earlier on. That's a traditional rivalry. So, you know, what do you think? You've only been here a little bit, but to see the words beach and playoffs, you don't see much.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter today. Beach has a chance in the playoffs. It's great for them. Great for their program.
We even look at talking about Statesboro. First time for a winning season since 2013 for a team that used to dominate this region. So really interesting to see the shifts that are happening in high school football. So we are 3rd and 9 here. And they give it to Childers, who's going to get it back to Beckham Gerard. And he's going to throw it back to Childers, but only get about 2 on this one. So they tried the trick play, having Childers get the direct snap, hand it to the quarterback. But really, there was only one wide receiver in that pattern, and that was Childers. Not quite the shots you were thinking of on that one. Can you get too tricky sometimes?
I think Coach Dobson's going to want that one back.
But that's what I wonder is we've seen a couple trick plays so far. We're seeing a lot of other than the base runs between the tackles like you were talking about. He wants to try everything he can. Can you get too tricky too early?
Yeah, definitely. And I've done it myself. You know, you get in these games where it's a tight game. Think it's going to come down to the wire. You want to, you know, try to see how they're going to line up and second guess yourself.
So this time, Adam Thompson's going to get this one all the way down to the 10 for Effingham County. So good punt by him. It's exactly what Statesboro was hoping to do the last time. So Effingham so far throwing a lot. The one big run so far from Junior. We'll have to see if their lead running back, Jameer Doe Davis, comes back in or if they're going to stick with Junior McKenzie on this one. Either one, like you said, they're really interchangeable in some ways. McKenzie's a little bit bigger, but really when you see him on the field, he's not that big. And they do have Doe Davis back in the game, number 3 on this one. Just to understand, 700 yards plus, rushing 6 touchdowns, along with some receiving yards on that too. So he's a key to this offense. He splits out wide. Perkins goes to him. No, it goes to Travis Hunter on the curl instead. Hunter's going to get the ball and get it down to about the 15-yard line. Pulled down by Aiden Kemp, among others. So 2 minutes and counting now in the first quarter. Travis Hunter, you better tackle him early because if he gets out in space, he's very dangerous.
One thing I'm noticing is they're going man-to-man on the weak side. And eventually, Coach Ford is going to take a shot.
DeCorey Cope also on that. There's another fake and straight out. Oh, broke one tackle. He's going to get up past the 25. Not good when you break that tackle. They had him for a loss instead, though. Up forward and getting some good yardage and that first down.
It's a nice play by Noah Reese.
Reese has done a good job so far in the 2 catches. He's got what he needs to in that. There's a flag, however.
Championship race is at hand. 4 final contenders line up in the desert.
So we'll see what the flag is on this one. Well, you just heard there exactly what's going on.
After the play, we have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. One on the offense, one on the defense. By rule, those offset. The distance enough was a first down, so first down, Effingham County.
Reese breaking that tackle of Kemp. So emotions are going to run high on this one. Both teams want this so bad. What do you talk to your kids? Is there any way to calm them down? Because they are just kids.
Yeah, I mean, their emotions are high. It's a big game. It's got to kind of weather it and hope it doesn't kill you.
Nothing you really can say on a sideline or do much, can you?
Unfortunately not.
So that will be a first down. Clock is running, about 1:30 left here in the first quarter. No score between Effingham County and Statesboro. There's the first handoff to Jameer Doe Davis, and it gets for huge yards. He's going to cut it back across the grain over the 50 to the 40-yard line and then step out of bounds, not before an enormous play of 30 yards.
Effingham loves those gap scheme runs with the guards and tackles pulling.
But you can see what Davis did here, too. How much do you love it when you see a guy cut back like this all the way across the field?
He's a difference maker.
And maybe the smartest thing he did, step out of bounds, not take a hit on that shoulder.
Yes.
So Hank told us we'd see him possibly in the second series and exactly where we are. And first carry for him, maybe the biggest thing for Coach Ford is seeing that he didn't take that hit. There's the handoff to Davis again. He'll go up the middle, and he's got more good yardage before he's finally pulled down, gain of 9, almost 10. Brought down by Levon Jones, the sophomore. But nothing but a big hole up the middle here.
It'll be interesting to see how Statesboro adjusts. They're pulling their tackle and trying to insert on those gap runs, and that end starts chasing. That's where the quarterback can pull it. But with Perkins hurt,
we'll see if he wants to throw it at all. If he can with his ankle at all right now. So 1st and 10 at the 30 for Effingham. He's looking deep again to the outside. He's got his man. It looks like a little tug. Interested, no call there. Sure looked like a lot of contact. John, what do you think?
I like the no call. Big game like that, make them earn it.
So good play on the outside. Pass intended for Zeke Brown, the big guy. Zeke, 16 receptions, 343 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I always tend to go with no call.
You know, what a surprise.
It's the coach in me.
It's the coach in you for no call.
Yeah, let the boys play.
Well, you know, you tucked a little bit here and there in your time, so.
Yes, definitely.
So 3rd and 1.5, maybe 2 yards.
Unbalanced. There's a tackle pull.
And there's Effingham who gets it for, and Davis has got all kinds of yards. Can he get in? He will go all the way in for the score. So Jameer Doe Davis says, what shoulder injury? No need for that when you don't touch him, and they get all the way into the end zone for the score.
They're going to have to start chasing with those boundary ends.
Explain that a little bit for me.
Yeah, so the right tackle is pulling around and inserting on the strong side, and the backside end is sitting, so they're creating an extra 2 gaps on the play side. So
is that where he's falling right into that gap?
He's hitting it right behind that puller and then cutting it back. So they either got to chase or they have the backer scrape over the top, one of the two.
So probably the inside backer is going to have to come up and fill that hole a little bit. All right, well, here's the extra point. Set up, and we're going to blow this one dead first. Jackson Wilhote, the senior.
The snap, offsides, defense.
So Statesboro offsides. They will go ahead and push it 1 yard closer on this one. Wilhote's 26 of 28 on the year, has not attempted a field goal.
They're also doing it out of the unbalanced look, which makes it even more difficult because now they're putting all their eligible guys on one side. They're basically making that corner, the backside corner, come in and be in the run fit.
Okay. Interesting, especially when you have those wide receivers throwing those quick screens early, keeps that defense on edge. But Davis really, both Davis and Junior, have had their way with those holes. Wilhote is up.
There's an offsides.
It is good. No offsides on the field, so we're just going to call that good and call it 7-0 Effingham here. So Coach Ford has to be happy with that because probably has the advantage on the outside with his wide receivers, but his inside is great with the running backs that he had. Doe Davis, 3 carries, 73 yards. It's how he started last week, too, until he got hurt. He had 90 yards on 3 carries. He said he was in line for 200 or 300 yards until that shoulder injury happened. We'll see how long he can hold up. He has yet to take a hit.
It's pretty impressive. 3 runs, 73 yards, and he's only played 1 drive.
1 drive, that's all he needs.
And a touchdown.
And a touch, yeah, let's get that touchdown in there, too. So
I want him on my fantasy team.
So Statesboro comes back. We saw the advantage that they had on the interior running for them. Do you recommend they keep with that, or is it time to throw a little bit more, which we had 1 pass, basically, that was wide open?
I don't know. I think you just kind of got to keep pounding it.
Mason Kimball and Gage Newsom in the back there. Just stick with it and keep pounding them, huh?
Yeah, they were doing a great job, and You know, and the one, they try to go take it outside, and they're going to tackle for loss and put him behind the chains.
Both teams making their money right on the inside. Here's a short kick. There's Gage Newsom at about the 3. He's to the 15, to the 20, to the 25. He'll be dragged down at the 26-yard line. That's where the Blue Devils will start their next drive. Gage Newsom, an excellent player on everything, 272 yards rushing and 285 receiving. Couple touchdowns here whenever they've needed him to do what they've had. He had 10 receptions against Veterans, then also had 17 rushes for 113 yards against Brunswick, too.
I think they need to lean on Childress here. He might be a 40-carry night for him.
I think they may need it if they're going to win this game. He may have to carry it that many times. We'll see. As you said, the interior of this line has done what they need to, especially Jeremiah Kegler and Chandler Tyson, as well as Corey Harrington. And they will try to go up the middle. Looked like a broken play on that one, and Gerard Beckham ends up just trying to push forward. He maybe got one. The teams are pretty well size-wise. Surprisingly, I thought Effingham would be much bigger. I think Statesboro's line compares with what they have.
Statesboro's got a couple of big boys in that O-line. 77, pretty large from up here.
So we'll see. Well, first quarter now in the books. Effingham County uses the running game to take a 7-0 lead over the hometown Statesboro Blue Devils, who are looking to try to lock up a region title. We'll see if they can spoil this party on Halloween night when we come back right here on the WSAV Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by Chicken Salad Chick. Deliciously fresh in Bluffton, Savannah, Pooler, and Statesboro. Made from scratch, served from the heart. And as always, thank you so much for feeding our crew on this big Friday Night Blitz game. Beckham Gerard, the quarterback, has got 3 wide receivers up to the left. He's going to run it, though, to the right instead. Nothing doing, though. Undercut on the outside by Duff Davis, the linebacker.
That was a really nice play by 27.
Davis coming in at 36 tackles, got 3 of them already, 5 for loss. We'll add a 6th to that. That senior linebacking tour, Duff Davis can do a lot of damage. Landon Carter, we talked about earlier. John Baker has made a couple plays as well. So 3rd and 9, you're a running team. No, you can throw a little bit, but it's not your forte. Do you just spread them out and say, we're going to have to play this game?
I would hard count them here, try to get a cheap 5.
Get you a 3rd and 4 if you can. See if they get overzealous on the defensive side. Beckham going with 4 wides. Running back. Low snap, he does pick it up. He's under a lot of pressure, just throws it up for grabs, nearly picked off. They threw a flag on the outside.
I don't like it.
I didn't see much contact on that one. I don't think Coach Ford likes that either from what it looks like. We'll see what the call is. We'll get a good look on the replay here in a moment. Well, never mind, no replay on that one. We're just going to claim that the referees knew what they were talking about with the pass interference. But that's a little tough because we've seen a few plays. The outside seems to be where the refs have danger.
Yeah, and that play actually, they had something kind of drawn up.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Distance is enough for a first down.
They tried to spread him out in their 2-by-2 look, and they put the running back right at the middle of the linebacker. And he was open, but they just couldn't stop the pressure. Forced him out of the pocket.
Because two guys were coming right after Gerard on that one. He wasn't going to do anything with that. It's a great play until if your quarterback has any time to throw the ball. But they got the penalty and the 15 yards, and now suddenly Childers is back there. He's going to get it again on the direct snap. Not much doing there, maybe one. This is one of those where maybe you can call it one too many times, too.
I like it. Stick with it, Coach.
Going with big guys. They're rotating some offensive linemen in there. I'm noticing, too, you're seeing some 66, 77, a few of those big men in there. Jonathan McKinney just went out for a moment on that. Switching it up.
It's the damage it does in the long game.
We'll think about that when comes third and fourth quarter. Here's again Childers, and he's going to get some yardage this time. Gave him about 4 on that, so we got a third and manageable, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Effingham's doing a good job at keeping it bottled up right now, but just the start of the second quarter. Fourth quarter, it's a little different.
This may be the time when you do one of those trick plays you're talking about, when it looks like it's Childers and going the other way, perhaps. But it's interesting, they've got both the guys with their hands out in that backfield and going back to Wildcat one more time. They go to Childers one more time. He goes up the middle, maybe 1, maybe 2. I think this will be decision time for Coach Dobson as he gets only about 1 or 2 yards tops on that. When you're going Wildcat and taking your quarterback out, does that limit you, though, in what you're able to do?
That's the whole idea about this single wing. It's basically 2 backs, and they both look like they're going to hit the ball, and they can go right or left or misdirection. So that's kind of the theory behind it. Interesting to see how they're going for it.
And they are going for it, and they are going in that single wing that you were talking about, too. We'll see which way they go. They go right up the middle to the fullback on this one, and he's going to get big yardage all the way across, and he's going to get pushed forward by offensive line all the way down to the 40. That's a gain of 7 on that one. That's big. Xavier Spells, I believe. The linebacker turned, check that, Rashad Shavers, the senior running back who's an excellent defensive player. That's what he's known for. But the big man in the middle had 196 rushing yards coming in there and 3 touchdowns. Clearly the big guy they needed.
Yeah, that's when the single wing starts clicking, when you don't know who has the ball.
And that's exactly what happened there. Kind of a triple option look that way. Beckham Gerard, the quarterback, back in the game. He's going to hand it off, though, to Shavers. Check that, Childers and Shavers. Shavers last time, Childers this time, and Childers will get about 2 on this. You said 40 carries. He's in line for about 50 at the rate we're going. 8:47, the clock moving for Coach Dobson and for Statesboro. This is what they want to see. Effingham can strike quickly. If you can keep them off the field, they can't score.
Center lost his helmet.
Had to take him out of the game.
Backup center here.
Chandler Tyson. Always interesting when you do have a backup center. Now they're going to go ahead and call the timeout, which allows the center to come back in the game. Do people forget how important that center is right there? No, it doesn't make that. Well, we're going to find out as we go to break real quick. We'll get you the answer right after this on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by OC Welch Ford Lincoln. Check out our exciting lineup featuring Aviator, Corsair, Nautilus, and Navigator. Looking for a Lincoln? Go see OC today. Effingham County in the white. They're up 7-0 right now on Statesboro on the power of their running game. Jameer Doe Davis with 3 carries, 73 yards, and that touchdown. Statesboro on a long, drawn-out drive right now. That's Beckham Gerard. He's got him. He's got his man deep. Hits him in stride, and that will be a touchdown for Statesboro.
Dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it?
Yeah.
Wow, that's what I get for not saying that. It looked like he had it.
That's 2 big drops.
That's 2 huge drops on plays that could have been touchdowns. That's what I get in automatic. I start to think these guys are so good that they go ahead and do this. Take a look. Could not hit him more in the hands that he needed to on that one. Davis Harrison thought he had it, thought he had a touchdown, started celebrating a little early.
Number 38, for your Blue Devils. Let's go offense.
Tough right there if you're Beckham Gerard. You finally got a good play. 3rd and 8 here. There's the move to Gage Newsom, and Newsom will get the first down on that misdirection, you called it.
And they can start hitting on all cylinders with this single wing.
So Newsom to the outside, this time so focused on Childers. Good pull on both of those linemen from the left side over to the right, too.
Really good pull and really good job of Childers hitting it right in between them and getting vertical.
So important. Gage Newsom got a good chunk of yards there and another first down on a big 3rd down play after another missed catch. 2 drops by receivers that probably would have been touchdowns. Here's Newsom again to the outside. He'll get a few. He's going to get tripped up at the last second on that one.
It's another good play by Duff Davis.
Duff Davis in the middle of that.
Making a couple good open field tackles.
He's done a nice job. He's a little bit quicker maybe than he would get credit for, and he's been able to make plays out in space. You see here as Newsom looks like he had some yardage, and Davis just catches him by the ankle. So now big single wing. Again, going a lot with the single wing offense you're talking about. Give it up the middle to Chavers again, the big guy. And Chavers is going to get to the 22-yard line before he's sort of brought down. He's basically just held there, I think.
That was the same play that they hit that big gain on 3rd down.
So this is clearly, Matt Dobson says, we've got what we have. We can go multiple plays off of that system. So 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 here. I hope you don't do you get gun shy from throwing when you watch 2 of your guys drop it, or do you have to go back to it? Instead, you're going to go to Beckham Gerard, and he's going to get yardage, and he's going to get the first down. The quarterback for the first carry, really of the big ones all day, and he's got about 7 in the first.
Really like that call.
I think it's important when he's in there probably to have the ball and to carry it.
Yeah, when your quarterback can run and when you have the extra blocker, things are really hard on defense.
Because so far they've gone to that single wing that you talked about. If it's been 2 running backs in the game instead. There's Gerard and Childers. Gerard's going to run it again. He's going to dive over the top. He'll get him about 4 on that. How important now is you run it 2 or 3 times with him, and then is this where the pass comes in?
And that's where you keep him honest. It's been 2 backs. They put him in. They run him to keep you honest, and then he takes the 2 steps and throws the pop pass over the top.
See there, a couple guys in the middle on that. Looking at one other score for you, a big one out there in Toombs County, 3-0 Savannah Christian 4 minutes ago in the first quarter of that at Toombs County. Winner wins that region as well. There's the handoff again to Newsom. He's going to try to cut it inside, and he will get some yardage. It'll be 3rd down and about 4, getting down to the 9-yard line approximately on that one. Marshawn Monroe, first time we've called his number, 42 tackles on the day, on the year, 10 tackles for loss. Newsom didn't want to take it outside. Instead, felt the inside was better on that.
I wonder if Coach will run to the left here to try to get the ball in the middle of the field in case he's got to kick the field goal.
You are correct. We've been basically run right the entire time. And there's Childers, and you called it. Good call to the left. And Childers goes all the way to the left, and he's going to go just short of the first down. Thought he had it, but the initial spot appears to be a little bit short, and they will say 4th down and a couple inches at the most. Another extra offensive lineman coming in for the Blue Devils here. Good job by Childers getting to the outside on this one.
could see this being that up the gut plated number 0.
Seemed to work a couple times. Shavers is your biggest guy that they have on the field.
That'll be the fake counter, fullback dive.
This is where you want some replay in high school. Our replay would have showed that Childers got over that 5-yard line and would have had the first down, but instead we're at 4th and about a half yard. A timeout on the field, this time by Effingham County, I believe, on the defensive side. I mean, replay, it's not feasible for high school in all forms. Obviously, when you get to the playoffs and get to the high levels, they do it there. You know, how necessary is it? What is the refereeing situation in a high school level, and how tough can it be for these guys?
It's tough. I mean, you see it every Saturday and Sunday. The refs still get it wrong, and those guys are professionals.
So we'll see what happens here. 4th and about a half yard. Extra offensive lineman in for Statesboro here. 4:22 left. Effingham County with the 7-0 lead. Statesboro got the ball to start the half. Wasn't able to do anything. They punted, Effingham punted, then Effingham got it back eventually. Here's the play up the middle.
First
and
down.
there's Childers, who's going to get the first down. They're going to put him at about the 4-yard line on that. Spots are a little tough on this one so far. I thought he made it to the 3. I thought he had the first down before. So the ref's not giving him much call on this one, but he's down. Fell down on his own guys. No good when all those offensive linemen fall down on top of you if you're your running back. Tell them to stay on their feet and block for me instead. But we are 1st and goal from the 4.
I think we see the same play.
And they are. Same play and almost the same result. Not quite to the end zone. Again.
Duff Davis on the tackle.
Duff Davis again on the tackle.
He's not scared to stick it up in there too.
No.
He's making plays on the edge. In the A-gap.
36 tackles to 5 for loss coming into this game.
He's got to have 4 or 5 ready tonight.
At least. So far we've called his name multiple times. So it's 2nd and goal from the 1 for Statesboro. Again, extra offensive lineman, 3 guys in the backfield. Again to Childers, and Childers will dive up and over for the touchdown. Number 21 on the year for Keon Childers. He's small, but really has a nose for the end zone.
Yeah, he's got a good forward lean to him, runs hard. You can see him dive over the pile there.
It's all you need to do. You only need one. You got to do what you need to on that. That's why the push-push works so far. You know, all those, and it's been a lot of Keon Childers so far in this ball game.
A little swinging gait.
We said he had 44 carries against Bradwell, 28 against Lakeside, 27 against Brunswick. We're well on our way to a 30 or 40 carry night for him.
I've never seen that before.
Interesting switch of what looked like a 2-point into a 1-point conversion here. And there is your kick, and it's up and good. So Statesboro ties it at 7 on this. How much, you know, you love to run the ball. You love to see those big guys. How much did you like what they did on that drive?
I love that drive. I think that's what they need to keep doing. Just keep hammering up there. Give your counters every once in a while, and then take your play action shot. Hopefully they can catch one.
Does it, as this late in the season, Keon Childers, you see there with all the scores that he has, you know, had 4 touchdowns against Brunswick in that big upset win. He listed about 5'8", 150. You said he could be a little bigger than that. Is it just from repetition over the years? I mean, he's got 200 carries already on the season. Can he hold up through this season with a guy his size?
I would normally say no, but he seems to be doing just great. So
keep riding him while you can, right?
Got to ride the hot hand.
And that's exactly what Statesboro has done so far.
But I've never seen that. I've never seen somebody line up in what we call swinging gate, where they try to get you to adjust and then switch back to your field goal, but also substitute at the same time.
I've never seen the substitution.
Yeah.
You're right. When I saw a couple guys run off the field, I was a little confused by that. I have a feeling that Effingham County's got a little bit of PTSD from 3 onside kicks against Lynn Academy last week. So they probably are going to guard just to be sure against that one, because you wonder what you might see on that tape.
And you know Coach Dobson's not scared to do it.
No, he would love to do it. In fact, I'm sure.
I would like to get them lined up like this and still kick it deep. And try to pin them. 3 minutes left.
Because you really do see it, don't you? I mean, this is 8 guys, 9 guys way close to the line.
Yeah.
They seem to feel something.
Oh, no.
And he just whiffed the kick, unfortunately.
Oh, no, he's going to pick it up and run.
Oh, and Effingham picked it up and ran. And the referees now are blowing the whistle, but it seems to be, now they're going to call it a touchdown.
That should be a touchdown. I saw it the whole way, and I was like, I saw the flag come out.
Well, what did you see? Talk me through it a little bit.
Well, he muffed the kick, or missed it, and nobody touched it. And their coaches were screaming, pick it up and run, and Statesboro started walking off.
Let's see what the call is here. Could be a big swing.
Offsides, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
So they're going to call it offsides, which
Coach
negates the touchdown. Let's take a look here. You see, he just whiffs it.
I don't know.
Barely touched it. Well, I guess
that is one you'd like to have replay for, because they're calling offsides, but he kicked the ball.
Right. So I think that's not a good call if you're an Effingham County fan. If you're a Rebel fan, you're very upset with that. Because I think everybody did what they were supposed to there, and then someone finally got in his ear and said, go, get the ball.
That should be a touchdown, Effingham.
It would be like a kick, onside kick that went 8 yards or something instead. It just went 1 yard. Well, break for Statesboro right here at home. 3:06 left in the second quarter. Two teams fighting for playoff positioning. Statesboro could win their region for the first time since 2011 with a win. Effingham County would get a home playoff game if they win this game. So the Rebels in the white, Statesboro in the blue. Andrew Davis here with Coach John Mooring. So let's see if he can get this one off the tee this time. That, I guess, was an attempt at an onside kick. Short kick here and a lot of yardage in front of him. Breaking tackles, couple more inside territory for Statesboro. Huge return by Travis Hunter, and they're going to be down at the 34-yard line. So pretty much disaster either way so far for Statesboro.
That's the first call I really don't like. I mean, they had all their returners up. I would just kick it deep. Got to get the touchback. Plus, even if it has a roll. You know.
Plus, if Travis Hunter is the one catching it, you don't want to leave him with that kind of space.
No.
So instead, give him at the 37-yard line by the time they're finished with this for Travis Hunter. Back on offense, Effingham County, really it's been the tale of running game. They've got 100 yards rushing, more than that, and not much passing so far. Tucker Perkins, your quarterback. 6'3", 190 senior, been starting for 2+ years. Perkins quick on the outside of Travis Hunter. He's got some room. He's to the 30, to the 20, to the 15, to the 12-yard line. Pulled down by Keon Johnson, the senior. It's just space for all these wide receivers because they're so quick in this kind of offense.
That was a really nice play by number 14 on Statesboro, getting him down.
Boy, his first step, though, for Hunter is so quick.
Yeah, he's fast.
That's your expert opinion on that one, I think.
You don't like going against that guy.
No. Here's Perkins. This time with Junior McKenzie behind him. He's going to throw it to the outside again to Hunter. Nothing doing this time, though. Maybe one. Check that. That's Zeke Brown, the sophomore.
Perkins is so good at those quick RPO throws.
I'm actually very surprised when you look at Perkins' stats last year. He had 2,600 passing yards last year. He's only got 1,100 this year. Did miss some little bit of time, but they've got more rushing yards than passing yards, and it's not your typical Effingham offense. Perkins looking for McKenzie. No, he's going to throw it quick over the middle to his tight end, who kind of fell down, had a little bit more yardage on that.
I know, talking with Coach Ford in pregame, they're really high on their O-line. All seniors across the board. They have a couple good tight ends. The OC is the O-line coach, so they're going to want to run the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. They'd like to. Good catch on that one for Barry Randolph, the senior. You know, talking about that, Roy Quarterman's got a Grambling offer, their left tackle. Zeke Brown, who's only a sophomore, has got an NC State offer, too, for the wide receiver. There's Junior McKenzie. He's going to go no place. Pulled down by Chavers on that one. Nothing doing.
I don't like that spot either.
The spots have been, well, now they did move it up finally, so it wasn't on the 6 in this case. It's on the 4, it looks like. closer. Now 109. By the way, let's look at the clock for a moment. The game has moved so fast. We're only at 1 minute left here in the second quarter. And we'll be first down for Effingham. First down from the 3. They're going to milk this clock a little bit, I would think, right here. No need to snap it quickly. Perkins looking on the cross. He's going to run. He's going to throw. Knocked away on an excellent play on the outside. On the defensive side on that one. Great play by Aiden Kemp, the senior. Called his name a few times. 25 tackles. That's only his second pass defense, but really good on tight coverage.
Perkins is fighting for the PI call.
Don't get a lot of those anymore. I feel like they don't call them quite as much as maybe they could. Give them a lot of leeway on the outside with a lot of these spread offenses.
We need to see a couple runs right here, right up the gut.
Effingham does have 3 timeouts left, according to what we see here, and they will run it, and they'll run it right up the gut, and nothing doing. Easy touchdown. Well, you don't get much easier than that when you're Jernard Albright. Not even a typical running back, the biggest guy that they have, and he took it right in for the easy score.
Wildcat.
Wildcat. We've seen a lot of that so far. Boy, you don't get much easier. So Albright, really that third or fourth running back on this team, not really known for his running ability, but did it when they needed him to. Jackson Wilhote, the senior. 34 seconds left here. Statesboro nearly got to that one, but Wilhote's going to push it through. So we're at 14-7 now, Effingham. 34 seconds left, 1 timeout. You don't get the ball to start the second half. Do you maybe take a shot or two if you're Statesboro, depending on the kickoff return?
Depending on the kickoff return. If they can get out to midfield, maybe.
Because I think you need to take some shot here, because you're looking at a 7-point deficit with Effingham getting the ball to start the second half. The last 2 drives, you really have not stopped them. Now, of course, short field on the last one is why.
Yeah, I
call watermelon. Is that something they call out there? Like when you're like Peter, it's watermelon out in the stands. So it is Halloween. Folks like to do a little dress up while we're here, not just in Statesboro colors. Gage Newsom back there for Statesboro. He's been multi-talented kind of player out there. Mason Kimball is on the other side. He returned one earlier in the game. No worries about an onside kick here for Statesboro.
I would like it from Coach Ford.
Okay.
Middle dribble.
We'll see what happens. See how much guts he's got in this game.
Right around that midfield logo.
It'd be an interesting call, knowing that you get the ball right in the first.
Yeah,
it's top start of the second.
Take a couple shots. You got all 3 timeouts.
Now he is going to dribble it. It's kicked forward, not a short. It's a short one and a big return already. To the 35, to the 40. Chambers gets around the corner. Chambers to the 50, to the 40, where he's knocked out of bounds. He's a defensive lineman making plays. He's a running back getting first downs, and now a kickoff return. Suddenly, Statesboro in business.
Now I take a couple shots.
Oh, now you take a couple shots. Boy, how impressed are you with him and the speed that Chambers has as a linebacker, DN, but also as that fullback player?
Yeah, he's a good football player. He's made plays on both sides of the ball.
Surprised he had the wherewithal to get around this corner, too.
Little jump cut in the middle.
He's a guy getting recruited by some people. He's probably an inch or 2 small for some of the folks out there.
Good.
A screen pass which goes just off the hands of the receiver. Probably best that he didn't catch it, though.
Yeah. I like the call. Not the execution.
Not the execution on that one. So if you're wondering, kickers not attempting a lot of field goals for Statesboro this year. They're not known for their legs. They're way out of range right now, but they're not worried about it. Now Effingham will call their first time out on the defensive side. That's so tough because unless you've got a great kicker, kicking a 40-yarder or a 45-yarder is out of most people's range.
Yeah, they have 1 timeout. Like to take a pass attempt, maybe get half. and then take a couple shots.
Because Maddox Davis is their kickoff guy, too. He probably has the bigger leg of it. The freshman, really only two touchbacks, so he's not known for his big leg. So you're forced in position potentially to pass with only the one timeout. Although a good draw or something here could get you, if you get 15 yards, then you're in good shape.
Yeah, you have the one timeout. You can gamble a little bit on this possession, for this down. But
Little update from Toombs County. Savannah Christian traveling to Toombs 10-0 at the end of the first quarter right now for the Raiders. They proved it last week when we watched them. They're more dangerous than I thought. That Toombs County atmosphere is something to behold, but they've got some real talent on that team.
Yeah, both those teams have talent.
Yeah. If they could stay healthy, they could really make a run.
And Coach Woodward does a great job over at Savannah Christian.
Well, and Toombs has become a power over time, too. All right, 2nd and 10. Statesboro, 19 seconds left, looking to at least get in the field goal range, maybe more. Beckham Gerard, the quarterback, he's going to barely get it off and throw it out of bounds. He got taken down pretty good. He's going to get picked up by his teammates. He wasn't real anxious to get off the ground, though.
No, moving gingerly now.
But luckily it was able to get it near a receiver, not grounding in any form. So we're at 3rd and 10, 14 seconds left now. Statesboro with one timeout. They're on the Effingham County 38-yard line. Little confusion right now.
I love it. Coach Ford is gambling with his DBs, man-to-man.
Statesboro, big play there. That's something they didn't want to do. Have to call the timeout as the clock starts to run down. Looked like a lot of confusion on the inside. And they need that timeout to spot it for any potential kick.
Yeah, you need to take your best shot here. Shot, trick play, hook and ladder.
Whatever it may be. Something that works out there. Speaking of working, Joey and Colby will be working tonight on the Blitz at 11:15. We've got a lot of big games in the last week of the season. We're talking about playoffs. We're talking about positioning, who gets a home game, where do they play, will they play at all? And I think that's what's really interesting. We talked about Savannah Christian and Toombs already. Calvary looking to just get ramped up for the playoff. Liberty needs this game to stay potentially in that 2-3 spot that could get them a home game. Vidalia and Country Day out there, that's a team you may know a little bit about back in the day.
A little bit.
Interesting that they're dropping down. We haven't talked about that yet, and we may in the second half a little bit. Groves and Windsor, that's a rivalry unlike any other, as Johnson and Jenkins too. But boy, Jenkins has got speed. They've got talent everywhere. I feel like they have a shot to really make some noise when it comes to that playoff. So Jenkins,
yeah,
they have the ability. 11:15 on WSAV tonight. Check all the highlights. 18 games we've got. Here we are, 3rd and 10. It's
reverse
a handoff.
pass.
It's a reverse, and it is a reverse pass. You're absolutely right. It's good, but now there's a flag, and they're going to lose 6 or 7 yards.
Shocker.
So nothing.
Duff Davis.
Duff Davis, another play.
Everywhere.
We'll see the call looked like right in the area of holding, though, and it was. So we assume here with 6 seconds left, Statesboro will just let this clock run down or kneel on it, whatever it may be. They can't kneel on it technically because you assume Coach Ford may go ahead and call a timeout.
Offense.
They'll probably decline it.
Decline.
Yeah.
4th down.
So then the clock
Decline
runs
it, run it,
and
halftime.
be done because Coach Ford doesn't need anybody to go chase him down right now. So that'll be 4th down. So Statesboro's dreams of trying to get some points before the half go down to, as you said, in a very aggressive defense by Coach Ford. There's really 2 ways to go, aren't they, on that? Either just charge at him or let him play it. He charged at him, stuffed him, got 5-yard loss, and we're at halftime right now. So Effingham takes a late touchdown, a late lead on this one, 14-7. They're in line to try to take that 2 spot in the region. Statesboro still with a lot of hope and a lot of half left to go. We'll be right here for halftime. Much more going on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Now back to the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week and your Georgia Department of Public Health at the half.
A quick-moving first half, a lot of running, and so far, a lot of Effingham County running, too, which has made a big difference for the Rebels right now. 14-7 with the lead over Statesboro as that halftime show continues. Andrew Davis here with Coach John Mooring. So, that is the kind of game you like. Hitting, tough play, a lot of interior run, and so far, Effingham has taken full advantage of that big line that they have.
Yeah, they're running the ball great. They're playing great complementary football. Statesboro just has some missed opportunities.
Two big passes that missed that probably would have been touchdowns on either end. They've been running a lot out of that single wing. Do you think they should step out of that a little bit and maybe throw because they found something?
I don't know. I stick with it. Come back to some of those play action passes out of it that were wide open. Just got to make the catch and hopefully execute.
That's going to be the biggest thing. Kids, you never know how they're going to come in. There's a lot of pressure. Statesboro with a chance to win the region for the first time since 2011. Incredible to think with the history that they have right here. But that would mean a lot to them to be able to get that. That home game means a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you want to play at home in the playoffs, and especially in front of this crowd that they have here.
Changes everything you have, too, because the level of competition in that first game or two, absolutely. So, well, there you go. We're getting an update in our ear right now. So, Brunswick 38-0, so they're pretty much guaranteed one of those top two spots no matter what happens here, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I think winner would get first, and then the other gets third.
And the other gets third in that case. So Statesboro is playing for a lot right now. That third place, tough to go on the road for that one. Well, the Coastal Health District works to improve lives in our region. It's cold and flu season. This week we're talking about COVID-19 and the flu. Here's Ginger Heidel with the Georgia Department of Public Health at the half.
Thanks, Andrew. I'm Ginger Heidel with the Coastal Health District, and tonight we're going to be talking about vaccines for COVID and flu. And I am joined by our District Health Director, Dr. Bonzo Reddick. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Sure. So let's start with the COVID vaccine. There was some uncertainty initially about who was going to be eligible to get that updated vaccine this year. What can you tell us about who can get that vaccine?
So very simple answer. Anybody over 6 months of age who wants to get the vaccine after receiving information about the risk and benefits. So a lot of the concerns about would you need to have a prescription from somebody to get it, that's out the window. If you want to receive the vaccine and you receive information about the risk and benefits of it, you can then receive the vaccine.
So I want to say that one more time for the people in the back. No prescription is necessary.
No prescription necessary.
Okay, great. That's good to clear that up. One thing I have heard people ask is why another vaccine for COVID? I was out shopping the other day, overheard someone talking about the vaccine, and she said, I've gotten several booster shots. I'm good. I don't need any more. So why are we seeing another vaccine for COVID?
So COVID has become very similar to the flu. So everybody's used to around flu season, fall time when it starts to get cool, flu season pops up, people start catching influenza, and the flu virus mutates or changes every year. COVID is the same way. So last year's flu shot won't work for this year's influenza that's around in the community. Similarly, the old COVID vaccines don't cover the current virus quite as good as the new one that's out right now. So COVID's become kind of like the flu. Every fall, you just kind of get your flu shot, you get your COVID shot.
So this is something we should kind of expect going forward, that it's just another of those respiratory viruses that we may want to get an updated vaccine in the fall.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you mentioned flu, so let's talk about flu vaccine for a minute. Who should really consider getting a flu vaccination?
So similar to COVID, anybody 6 months and older who wants to get the flu shot should get it. In particular, people who are kind of in that 6 months to 5 years range, and also people over age 65 are really at the highest risk for severe complications from flu. But there's a lot of people in between that are still at high risk for flu. That could be people with asthma or lung problems, people with immune system problems, smokers, people with diabetes. A lot of folks in America actually are high risk for influenza and don't realize it.
And I got my COVID shot today, so, got to impress the boss here. And I've had my flu vaccine too. And for me, part of the reason I did that was because I've got family gatherings coming up, and there are people in my family who are immune compromised. Is that another thing people should consider, not just their own health, but who they're going to be with this fall?
Absolutely. If you're around elderly patients, people that have immune system problems, people undergoing cancer treatment or chemotherapy, but also younger kids as well. So our newborns and infants, a lot of these vaccines, they're not even eligible to get them until they're 6 months old. So, and there's other types of vaccines that you can't get until you're 12 months old. So in particular, if you're around people with immune system problems, elderly, any of those things, but also around young kids, then that helps protect not only you, but also makes you less likely to spread it to them.
Okay, good advice, good advice. One other question, let's talk about timing. We typically see flu starting to peak around December, January, February in our area. So why get a vaccine now?
Well, flu season is very unpredictable. So right now it's October, and we have relatively low flu activity right now. It's pretty minimal right now in our community, but we've had years where the flu virus started to pop up like in August. So it's hard to predict, like I'm going to wait until December when you can start seeing flu cases pop up at any given time. So what we tell people is that once it's available and you're kind of in the mood to get it, go ahead and get it while it's fresh on your mind. My experience has been that when people are motivated to get something, you tell them to wait until the perfect time, life will get busy, things will happen, and they tend to miss it. So strike when the iron's hot and get it whenever it's available to you.
Great advice. And speaking of advice, if somebody does have some additional questions, what advice do you give them?
You can talk to your regular healthcare provider or primary care provider, or you can ask any of our clinicians at the health department as well.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Reddick. I appreciate your time tonight. And you can also find more information about COVID, flu, and other vaccines on our website. That is coastalhealthdistrict.org/vaccines.
Thanks so much, Ginger. We want to remind you the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by the Coastal Health District, improving health for those who live, work, and play in the coastal counties of Southeast Georgia. Learn how the Georgia Department of Public Health can help at coastalhealthdistrict.org. Right now, the band is hoping to drum up some support from the fans and for their team. Statesboro down 7 at half. The Rebels from Effingham County get the ball for the kickoff in the second. We'll get more, including what the weather's going to look like and much more coming up on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Now, more of the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show, sponsored by the Georgia Department of Public Health.
Well, the Statesboro band did a Pixar remix for everybody out there. They're hoping this movie is far from over, and we're just at intermission at halftime. 14-7 as they're down to Effingham County. Andrew Davis here with Coach John Mooring. We talked about it, John, you know, just the need to run the ball, the need to control the clock a little bit for Statesboro in the second half. And that's what I'm sure they're telling him, Coach Dobson's telling them in the locker room.
Yeah, they just got to stick to it and make opportunities into touchdowns.
Well, the good news is we've got great weather out here in Statesboro and all around our area. There are going to be a lot of folks, I believe, going to what they don't want to call the Great Cocktail Party anymore, but it is down in Jacksonville, Georgia and Florida. And our guy originally from Florida, Jeff Vorick is back in the studio. So, Jeff, you got to get us some good news on the game rest of tonight and into tomorrow for all the games we're looking at.
Yeah, we have great news for that. High pressure across the region is keeping the weather fairly calm. Not a cloud in the sky being shown on our satellite imagery either. And for the game tomorrow, formerly known as the Great Cocktail Party, the Georgia-Florida game, 70 degrees at kickoff, sunny skies. Temperatures will cool off into the 60s by the time you get towards the fourth quarter. Only area with decent clouds will be in Oxford, Mississippi, 54 degrees as the Gamecocks take on the Ole Miss Rebels, and Clemson at home against Duke, looking like a very nice football weather type of afternoon. Temperatures warm into the upper 50s. For our local area this weekend, again, light frost possible inland, but 40s generally along the immediate coast. Some spots inland 30s and a light frost, but a very lovely afternoon. A lot of sunshine. More clouds move in Sunday, and also there will be about a 20% chance of late day showers. Remember to set those clocks back, by the way. The daylight saving time ends at 2 a.m. on Sunday. Viper radar locally is clear, and that's going to continue as well. Vipercast for the day tomorrow. I'll tell you what, take it to the bank if you find a cloud. A lovely day in sight. Clouds do move in Sunday, though. More moisture returns. There will be a weak frontal system moving through the region. May find about a 20% chance of a passing shower or two. Rain chances will peak generally Sunday night into Monday morning before that cold front moves in. But overall, not a terrible time at all. Melissa is no longer, but left a devastating mark in western portions of Jamaica and made a big impact on Cuba and the Bahamas, lashing Bermuda. Now finally about to hit Newfoundland, and it has transitioned into a powerful post-tropical cyclone, but no tropical threats for the coastal empire and low country at this time. And the good news is things are quiet. Nothing expected to form during the next 7 days. Andrew?
All right, Jeff, thanks so much. So it looks like a beautiful day for everybody tomorrow. Georgia or Florida, who wins?
Georgia.
You had to
I had to think
pause
about
on
it.
that
Yeah,
one.
I'm a Florida boy, but
You know, Hank Tatum's going to get on you next time he's on the camera.
I had to
on
think
that
about
one.
where
So
I'm standing right now.
Yeah, you better figure that out real fast. There are a lot of people who'd be very upset if you went in a different direction.
I said
on
Georgia.
That one.
I said
So,
Georgia.
a lot to talk about here, right here in Georgia, Statesboro, Georgia in this case. Effingham County, the Rebels with a 14-7 lead over the Statesboro Blue Devils. We'll be right back with some highlights from the first half and much more analysis on what we can see in the second, right here on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. Keep on dancing, folks. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by O.C. Welch Ford Lincoln. Find the certified pre-owned car or truck you're looking for online at GoSeeOC.com. So right now, drive has been the biggest thing. We had basically a 15-play drive from Statesboro. Effingham went on their own 9-play drive before that, and then the half ended before anybody could drive the ball. But really, the running game is going to be huge for both teams so far. And so far, Effingham has proven that when you look at the highlights, they've done their damage on the ground so far. Taking a look right here, John. I mean, early on, though, they tried to get the pass deep, nothing doing on that. So they said, well, let's just go back to the run. And Jameer Doe Davis didn't play on the first drive, played in the second, and made sure he could take this one right in the end zone. Nobody touched him.
Yeah, they're doing a great job in that run game with the counter and power.
Well, and Davis, too. I mean, how smart is he to not get hit? He's got a shoulder injury, needs to stay healthy as they keep going. Then Statesboro just didn't care what they were doing. They just went to Childers over and over and over again. Childers in the first half, 16 rushes for 50 yards and the touchdown, too. I mean, talk about workforce.
Yeah, they just need to double that in this half and have a chance.
And Effingham came right back after a big kickoff return from Travis Hunter. The throw, nothing doing, but then an easy play for the touchdown on the Wildcat. Bad kickoff in this case. Gave Statesboro a chance on a great kickoff return. They weren't able to do anything with it. But you look at the halftime stats, I don't know if they're going to tell the full story. I mean, the rushing yards are basically even, John.
Yeah.
113 to 103. The passing yards, though, how much of a difference would one of the two dropped passes that were enormous for Statesboro in this half?
Yeah, it would make all the difference, but I'm really impressed with Statesboro, how they've held Perkins to 46 yards passing. That's a really good job defensively. I think both teams need to take the same approach coming out the second half, run the football, and just see how the Chips play in the fourth quarter.
I think that's what they have to. They're both running teams by nature, even with Effingham County, who's got 4 wide receivers playing all the time. 1,700 rushing yards on the year, only 1,200 passing. So really different for them than maybe years past. So we'll see exactly what they can do. Those 113 rushing yards, those could go up as soon as the kickoff goes off. So we'll see exactly what happens. We'll take one more break. Be right back with that second half kickoff on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
You've been watching the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week halftime show, presented by the Georgia Department of Public Health.
This week, CW Sports Saturday heats up when 16th-ranked Louisville storms into Blacksburg for a showdown with Virginia Tech.
Touchdown!
Then an entire season comes down to one last race.
It's now or never. It's all or nothing.
As the Final Four compete for the NASCAR Xfinity Series title.
Can Connor Zillage be stopped?
Now we just got to go win a championship.
CW Sports Saturday. This week starting at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 Pacific on the CW.
WSAV investigates alleged negligence at Oceanside Care Center.
We're putting our faith in their care.
Timothy Ramsey wants answers. Why was his mother left in bed for 14 hours after breaking her wrist and leg? And why was he not notified?
And that's why I come to Channel 3.
Sarah Smith dug for answers and found a pattern of neglect. Now former employees are speaking out. See the shocking details at WSAV.com/Oceanside.
Listen, we've all heard those voices, right? You're just not good enough. It's impossible. Better luck next time. And what do? Touchdown! Take the next chance to prove them all wrong. And what do you know? Those voices, they get real quiet. Seahawks, Commanders, Sunday Night Football on NBC and Peacock.
When it comes to tracking severe weather, faster is better.
And no other system processes radar faster than Storm Team 3 Viper.
Minutes faster than other local radars.
Using 3D imaging to help us locate the strongest and most dangerous threats.
Because when you see more of the storm, you get more information.
Storm Team 3 Viper radar, the tools and technology to keep you safe.
Only from WSAV, on your side.
An entire season is down to one last race.
Green flag, green flag.
For the NASCAR Xfinity Series title.
Off we go in the Arizona desert.
So Galveston for the...
It's now or never. It's all or nothing. Let's go race for a championship.
Can Connor Zillage be stopped?
Connor Zillage is a phenom.
Now we just got to go win a championship.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship.
Well, welcome back right here to the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week, and we are just the beginning of a big weekend of football and more coming up this weekend on WSAV. Rutgers at Illinois. Illinois with a bad loss last week, but they still have dreams of maybe the playoff or a really big bowl game. The Breeders' Cup World Championships, I know that John's a big horse racing guy, so he knows exactly who's going to win that. USC in Nebraska, Matt Rule just signing a brand new contract out here. USC really has a lot of offensive talent. Can they put it together against a Nebraska team at Nebraska?
I don't know. We'll see.
We need a little more from you on that. You know, we're expecting big answers, but you know, exactly. So NASCAR Cup Championship, Phoenix, this is the last one. We'll see exactly who takes home the title. And then Seattle and Washington, Jaden Daniels back for the Commanders. The Seattle defense, though, playing lights out. And Sam Darnold suddenly has learned how to play quarterback for everybody in Seattle. So a big game for Sunday Night Football, followed by the WSAV News 3. Of course, the news Sunday night immediately after NFL football. So the teams are back on the field getting ready for those last couple moments they have before halftime. Get a look at the stats for Effingham County. Jameer Davis didn't play the first series, played the second series, got 3 carries, 73 yards and a touchdown. That's an easy enough thing to do when you're that good.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to get him the ball more.
So 5 of 9 for Perkins for 46. Total pass yards are simply 46. 8 rushes, 113, and 2 touchdowns for Effingham. So we said the ground has been good to them so far.
Yeah, both teams need to lean on the run game this half and try to get to the fourth quarter and see what the score is.
Well, we'll see what the coaches said down there. Hank talked to both of them coming into half. Hank?
Yeah, guys, we'll start with the team that's up on the scoreboard. Head coach John Ford for Effingham County said that they just have to finish 24 more minutes of football, and he's been pleased with how his offense looks, but on defense, they've got to be a little bit more disciplined into the gaps. For Jameer Davis, we've talked a lot about that injury. They're just rotating drives at this point, so we expect to see him plenty more in this second half. Now, on the other side, for Matt Dobson in Statesboro, he said, we've been in this position before. We just have to find another way once again. And so they're down, but the question is, can they make this comeback and come out on top of the region by the night's end? He says that they've just got to finish drives. As for the 2 drop the potential touchdowns, they've got a few more tricks up their sleeve. Expect them to look for some of those big hitting plays in the second half.
Hank, thanks so much. Beckham Gerard, 1 of 6 for 2 yards. We said any one of those 2 drops that they had, though, would have changed the game and put 50 more. 31 rushes in the first half alone for 103 yards for Statesboro. So as you said, you know what they want to do, and they want to keep running the ball. But first, they're going to have to play some defense. Effingham County, the Rebels get the ball first right here to start the second half. Looking at a couple scores. Last report, we've got Savannah Christian up 10-0 on Toombs. An interesting one over in the Low Country. Hilton Head Island 39-20 over Beaufort at halftime. Not much defense going on in that one. Meanwhile, all the way into the end zone, Statesboro takes care of this for us to start our second half right here. So Tucker Perkins is your quarterback. Had an ankle injury last week, doesn't seem to be really affected by it. He doesn't run that much anyways, so if he can, as long as he can plant, that's going to be the key with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's poised to get some of those passes connected this half.
He's been throwing short mostly. We haven't seen him go deep to maybe the guys out there. I think Zeke Brown has been an intended target on a couple times, big 6'3" wide receiver. They believe they've got an advantage on that corner.
Yeah, they're getting man-to-man on the backside, so they have that all day.
And yes, in the alternating format, just like Hank said, they are going to Jameer Davis, so he is healthy enough to play more with only a 7-point lead. This game is far from out of reach.
Oh,
Perkins, though, is going to throw, and he's going to get deep, and he's going to overthrow his receiver.
That's a big no call.
That was a little chuck at the end. I guess they're going to call it uncatchable, would be my guess. Whether he fell down on his own or whether he knocked him down, but I think the ball was about 5 yards past him when he hit him anyway.
The DB got away with a good tug on that one.
Is it good? We'll see. We can't see it from this angle, so we're not going to get
right there.
I think he just had his hand on his. Look, you didn't like the other one. Now suddenly you're calling for it.
I'm a big no-call guy. But that was PI.
So here we are, 2nd and 10. The handoff to Davis. Davis, for the first time, will be stopped right at the line. The Statesboro defense toughening in that first drive. Excellent job on the interior. Give that one to Xavier Spells. He's got 49 tackles coming in. That's his 50th of the year. 12 for loss. That's right about 1 yard. Not quite on that, but 4 sacks, 18 hurries. He's all over the quarterback. We'll see if he can get to him this time around, as now it's 3rd and a long 9. Perkins in the pistol. Jameer Doe Davis behind him. 4 wide receivers.
Shift to empty.
Now 5. Perkins looking. He's going to go deep. He's going to overthrow his receiver again. That one's going out of bounds. So 2 deep shots, but really not very close to those receivers at all.
Yeah, Statesboro's doing a good job on defense.
They really had some success with the quick passing game you talked about, and short throws, allowing the receivers to run. Instead, maybe they thought they had something on the outside, but Statesboro's defense did exactly what they needed to in a 3-and-out.
Yeah, they're mixing up their leverage on the outside, starting up, moving back, giving the quarterback multiple looks.
Boy, emotion has to play a big part of that too. When you stop that running game for the first time and are able to pull down this offense, which is very explosive, and they know it. There's the kick, almost blocked again. Adam Thompson, the punter, going to get it off. They'll have the ball inside Effingham territory. Only about a 28-yard punt. So it's just what Statesboro, and they've got a lot of energy on the sidelines. I'm looking at this. The Coach Dobson got them fired up at halftime.
And this played right into their hand.
Do you work for the emotion side as a Statesboro team when you're at home? You know what this all means. It's more than just saying, hey, you got to run the ball, stick with it, I assume.
I assume Coach Dobson said, hey, we need to go out and get a 3-and-out, get the ball back to our offense, and they did just that, so they have to be pleased.
So we'll see what happens here. They've gone a lot with this format. The single wing you were talking about with the 2 people both looking for the ball. Either one can get it. Not much of the passing game, not opening it up. And it's right back to Keon Childers. And why not? Look at Childers with the spin move. He's going to be 7 yards down, almost 8 on that one.
This is when you just do it again.
You think just keep it going. You should just feel like you got it.
Do it again. Do it till they stop it.
Great push on the inside there by the interior lineman. We've done an excellent job. Jeremiah Kegler, Chandler Tyson, Corey Harrington especially. The tackles have to do their job, but it's the guards in the center that seem to be the most impact to me. And again, Childers, do it again. He just went to the opposite side. And Childers is going to get way past the first down yard. Thought he was stopped. Instead, he's going to get 6 more.
Do it again.
It's a real simple process, huh?
Coaching can be so easy.
They didn't switch personnel. They've done nothing. You think they might do it again. The only time they've been stopped on that is when Childers goes to the outside, because the quickness is to that outside.
I could see the little hand back to, nope, do it again.
Do it again, you said it. This time not getting much out of that when they did it again. Tackle from the inside. Now they went with a 5-down lineman set on that one to make sure they stopped. Stopped by Creek Durden. Interesting, so Effingham is going to just match them and go with big guys. Durden is that backup offensive lineman, defensive lineman, plays sort of both ways for them on this one. 16 tackles coming into that one. That's his 17th on the year. Gain of about 2.5. And Coach Sean Mooring says do it again, and they're back in the exact same formation. We'll see what happens here. They will do it again. Right back to Childers, who gets to the outside. He's going to get a bunch of yards all the way down to the 10-yard line. Excellent job after breaking 2 tackles, almost getting tripped up, but able to make big yardage out of it.
Do I need to say it again?
You didn't say go outside this time. Good stiff arm, by the way, too.
Yeah.
If you look at Childers right in the face. Pulled down at the last second by Jernard Albright, who scored the touchdown earlier, too, but not before he got all the way down to the 11-yard line. Good news for Statesboro. You like to be at the 11 because you can still get a first down, too.
Yes.
So here we are, 9:21 left in the 3rd quarter. Statesboro with their first drive, and it's right back to Childers, and it is do it again, as Coach John Mooring said. Right up the middle, and it's a gain of 5. One more time for Keon Childers. 22 carries already on this game.
Yeah, and he knows he can handle 44, so.
And he may have to today. At the rate things are going, it doesn't look like he's getting much of a break. It's not every day you say, take your quarterback out of the game, run a single wing with whoever you have with your running backs, and say, this is how we're going to put the ball at you every single down. And again, it's Childers, again up the middle. Big push from the offensive line.
Touchdown.
And they will call it a touchdown. Keon Childers is putting on a show for everybody out here in Statesboro. 5'8", 150, with a little help from some big offensive linemen, but can find the end zone. 22nd touchdown on the year rushing.
Yeah, he's got some dog in him.
just kept pushing and pushing, and easily made it in the end zone. Maybe when you're that small, it helps too.
Yeah, and he's doing this early in the third quarter. Just imagine that, fourth quarter, it's going to wear on him.
And you said he's used to carrying the ball a lot. 27, 28, 44 carries are his 3 big ones. He doesn't look like he's stopping anytime soon. Big extra point here for Statesboro. The kick is up, and it is dead center on this one. So now we are tied at 14, 8:41 left. The script played out perfectly for Statesboro. Hold them, score. Now you got to hold them one more time.
Yeah, I would like to see Effingham start connecting on some of those deep throws. Get Hunter open, throw it deep.
But the last 2 didn't work, but we'll see why they didn't work exactly to figure this out. So, but interesting, you wouldn't go with those short passing game that seemed to work for Perkins. Childers, as we said, 22 rushes, 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Taj is all over it for us. My stat guy extraordinaire from the season. So,
unsportsmanlike conduct on Statesboro. That penalty will be administered on the kickoff.
So that's okay.
So administer this penalty on the kickoff.
So referee pointed the wrong direction, but said the right team in that case, said Statesboro. So the unsportsmanlike for Statesboro, a little too fired up here. And now suddenly you're kicking from 15 yards back from where you don't need to when you've got a Travis Hunter, among others, back there.
Yeah, and you've also struggled on kickoff already this game.
Not big leg kickers to kick it all the way in the end zone. They did the first time out in the second half, but you're not going to get in the end zone from 15 back. Not in high school, not with these guys. So then the question is, do you try to kick it up the middle, get as much distance out of that, or you just go ahead and bomb it and hope that you do real well with it?
Bomb it and kick it away from Hunter.
Anything you do to kick it away from Hunter after the last one. Coach Dobson and company trying to get a few answers on what exactly happened on that play to get the 15 yards. Apparently he got enough of an answer to say, okay, that's the way it works. So now I'm confused, but we'll figure out what's going. Now they will go ahead and kick off. They said come out. All right, so we're back where we started. We got our 15 yards. We are tied at 14. 8:41 left here in the third quarter. Statesboro with an initial drive after stopping Effingham on there first. Drove it all the way down the field and got a touchdown, and we are all tied, and the fans are fired up. Halloween, don't need candy, don't need a trick or treat. All we need is some great football, and we got it right here. All right, Hank, what you got on that last penalty for us?
Yeah, guys, it's not so much about the penalties out there on the Effingham sideline. It was an unsportsmanlike on Statesboro. But after the slow start to this half, the Effingham coaches were saying, guys, you've got to fix your faces. You have got to bring the energy up because of that slow start. So we've been in this position before. We've got to close this game out. Now it's a 0-0 ball game. So they're looking to get more energy out of the guys in white there. They get the ball now. Look for Travis Hunter to make a big impact.
We'll see if that penalty makes a difference, Hank. Thank you so much. So we've got our guys back deep for Effingham. We'll see. They are going to kick it right up the middle, but it's going to get past the first set, but still only to the 36. Down at the 40. Good pickup, though. Excellent job by Statesboro knocking them down on that. 27?
Dalen White. Yeah.
Dalen White. So the kickoff team, we've seen it in multiple games. Kickoffs can make or break a team in the high school game this year, especially.
That was a really good open field tackle.
So 40-yard line, not as bad as it could have been after that kick and after that penalty. So do you get complacent maybe? You drove down easily and scored on that play for Effingham. Then you stop them on 3 plays, knocking them back 5 yards on defense. Do you walk in a little complacent at halftime, and that's why Coach Ford's really trying to rev his team back up?
Yeah, I mean, I'd just like to see them get back to what they were doing in the first half.
We'll see what they can do right here. They're going 3 wides. The fake handoff and
Got it.
Wide open,
Oh.
and he will pull that in, and it's deep on the play, all the way down to the 13, 12-yard line. And a little bit chirping afterwards. No need for that, boys and girls, on that one. That's Noah Reese again. Noah Reese has been the favorite target. Nope, not Noah Reese. Instead, check that. Malik Letman. I only say Malik Letman with that question because he's got only 9 catches on the whole year, but for 216 yards and 2 touchdowns. So clearly the deep threat, botch coverage, wasn't it?
That's his play.
Throw it deep.
Screen and go.
There's the fake handoff to Junior McKenzie. The play's up, a lot of contact, and that will be a flag on that one. One more time going up for Zeke Brown. Talk to me about the play before, John. Just a busted coverage?
Yeah, they went for the screen to the right. DBs jumped it. 2 guys jumped it. He went right up the seam.
So 8 minutes left right here. The music's not ready to play for either of these teams. We got a tie game. We're not ready to go anyplace. 8 minutes left here in the third quarter.
That's interference, defense. Half the distance to the goal, replay, first down.
Pretty obvious pass interference there. Clearly, Zeke had a corner on him.
Yeah, I really like Coach Ford's aggressiveness, though, coming out of the half.
Well, maybe you got to get the team revved up, and that's exactly what a big play like that'll do. Now, Junior McKenzie is your running back behind Tucker Perkins. And he'll get it up the middle. Nothing doing now against that Statesboro defense. You talked about it early. They had to find a way to stop those up the middle runs because they were gashing them for big yardage, and they figured it out.
Yeah, they've been stunting their line, moving them in tighter, trying to make those things bounce.
McKenzie with 600 yards plus on the year and 13 touchdowns in basically a timeshare right now with Jameer Doe Davis, who's typically their #1 rusher, but got a lot of explosiveness himself and a lot of ability to get wherever he needs to in this offense. You need a quick guy with all those wide receivers. Here's 2nd and about 3. They hand off again to McKenzie. He bounces to the outside. Chavers is going to bring him down right about the first down line. Now there's a flag and lots of... We'll see what happens here. There's a lot of pushing and shoving. They pulled the...
on Effingham.
Well, they pulled the Statesboro guy out, but... Getting a little chippy here at the start of the second half. Teams know each other pretty well.
I like it. Region battle for the #1 spot.
Sort of way it used to be. You know, you didn't like the team that was around the corner from you. They play every year. They know each other well.
After the play, personal foul on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, distance is enough for a first down.
So that's what I was looking at. The way they pulled the guy from Statesboro out in that case, quickly out of the play, made me wonder if he didn't go ahead and do something. 23 is Dylan Balderas, who got that penalty. And they won't get much yardage, but they will get a first down, and that was the biggest thing because they had stopped them about a half yard short. Taking a look here, see if we can see exactly what happened. There's Balderas. Oh, he's just pushing him on the ground. Pushed him 2 or 3 times when he didn't need to.
60 got a cheapie in.
Yeah, he got a little extra, and he didn't get called for it.
It's always a second man.
And there's McKenzie and the Wildcat. McKenzie to the
touchdown.
1. They'll get him in for the score. So Junior McKenzie with his 14th touchdown on the year. And again, the Wildcat takes it in for Effingham. And if we haven't heard it before, by the way, it's another rushing touchdown for either team. Both teams seem to be dominating the line of scrimmage.
This is the game I expected in the first half.
This is what you thought on this one. Now we're getting it here. Do you see anything with McKenzie just able to get to the outside enough to make it to the end zone?
On that last one, yeah. I mean, Travis Hunter came in motion, gets the whole defense flowing, pulls it, goes opposite.
So Junior McKenzie with the score. Mason Sellers, the sophomore. Let's see if that's offsides. Usually offsides when you get it the way that. From Statesboro. They've been pretty close to blocking a couple kicks, both punts and kicks so far.
Offsides, defense. Penalties declined. Still a kick.
So they blocked 2 punts on the year, have not blocked a field goal yet for Statesboro, but they're very close. Maybe that's why, because they're right on the edge of being offsides. Don't get any closer. No need to go for 2. They're just going to go ahead and kick this, and Sellers is again. He's true. Again, very close to a Statesboro guy blocking it. Doesn't matter. The points go on the board, and we are 21-14. Effingham County with the lead over Statesboro. Well, I bet you the Blue Devils are going to run it back when we come back right here on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week is brought to you by Chicken Salad Chick, deliciously fresh in Bluffton, Savannah, Pooler, and Statesboro. Made from scratch, served from the heart. Well, the heart and soul from both teams going into this one in the second half, trading scores in the first 5.5 minutes. And now Effingham County, the Rebels, back on top, 21-14 over Statesboro. Andrew Davis here with Coach John Mooring. So it's back to the game. You called it. Single wing, run up the middle with Childress, and that seemed to Childress, and that's worked every time. And you assume they're going to go back to it. Gage Newsome, back deep. Instead, they'll kick it to the opposite side to Mason Kimball. Kimball's at the 5. He's at the 10. He's at the 15. He gets to the 20, to about the 21, maybe 22-yard line. So if it ain't broke, you don't fix it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you'd want to start with better field position, obviously, but I think they come back to it and let Childers run and just keep going.
And keep going as long as he can do it. Interesting, they haven't gone to anybody else really. A couple runs for Chavers, the big guy, when they've needed it, but it's been all Childers basically on this. A couple for Beckham Gerard. Interesting still. Not in the game. They ran him 2 or 3 times, I guess, just as an option or a threat. Still have thrown 6 passes, only 1 completion. Here's Childers, though. Why do you need to throw when you've got Childers? Well, in this case, you need it because he just got pulled back for a loss of 1. Do you just tighten your tackles up then if you're Effingham to try to make sure that those don't happen up the middle?
They've got to make some adjustment in the middle, but I also did like to see Gerard on the sideline waving the towel, getting his guys juiced up. I mean, that's great team.
It's got to be tough for your quarterback
yeah.
to see this and go, I'm not in the game. I feel like I can do something, but I'm seeing what my running back can do
yeah,
too.
And he's getting his guys fired up. I like it.
He's just a sophomore, excuse me. He started last year some too and really fit. There's Gage Newsome on the outside. No need to talk about Beckham Gerard getting about 4, maybe 5 on that. A nice pull for Newsome, so gets it into distance. Newsome had a couple good runs on exactly what we're talking about here, and you have to mix it up. Otherwise, it's just they know where the ball is going with Childers every time.
Yeah, and he does a great job. Newsome does a great job just putting his head down, running through the gap, and trying to get 5 yards.
And that's what he needed. He needs 5 more right here. Somebody does, to see if they can get the first down. 3rd and 5. Again, look to the sidelines. Maybe a switch on a play call. And it is Childers one more time. Childers up the middle, nothing doing, maybe 1. Not the ideal here. This is when I do wonder, why aren't you putting your quarterback in and maybe mixing it up somehow, at least give the option of a throw, which you don't have right now.
Yeah, I mean, as a coach, though, you got to go back and look at your first half. I mean, threw for 2 yards, 2 drops. Childers has been the guy.
I don't disagree with you. I just look at it and I go, I feel like there's an option somewhere in there to at least make them think about a throw or make them think about something else. But we'll find out. That's why I'm not coaching on the sidelines, and that's why Matt Dobson is so good at what he does and has his team in line for a potential region title. And here is Beckham Gerard. He's going to go ahead and punt. He's got a 34-yard average.
Okay.
Nope, he's going to fake it. Is anybody open? He's got his man, and it's picked off. Well, it's dropped, but it doesn't matter. In fact, that was probably better that it was knocked down instead of getting picked off. Chris Swinney, the backup quarterback and junior corner, smart enough probably to drop it because now field position very much in Effingham County's favor. That's a tough play call, John, when you get that far and throw the ball that far.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness. There was a guy that was a little bit more shallow that was open. I would have went with that one, but
take a better look here. I mean, Beckham Gerard, the quarterback, we said, hasn't really had a chance to throw much. The shallow guy looked like he was definitely open. He went deep instead, but kind of baited in by Chris Swinney, who was able to get there.
He made a great play.
So now Effingham County back with the ball and back in Statesboro territory. We'll see if the Blue Devils can stiffen. 26-yard line.
Again.
Perkins up top, looking for his man again. And again, no call on that one. John Mooring's a happy man who likes a no call because that was an interesting one. Zeke Brown brought to the ground. I'm not exactly sure how you don't call that.
I know I've never had this crew. I know that.
We'll take another look. Tell me what you think on the second look here.
No, it's definitely PI.
You know what? I may give him.
He's looking back. He swipes.
I think it's pretty clean.
I like it.
Here's Perkins again. He's going to toss it to the outside to Doe Davis. Jameer Doe Davis, and he'll get 6, maybe 7. The only thing that I'll notice about, while he's only touched the ball 4 times, contact is not something that Doe Davis wants right now.
I mean, he clearly just avoided and got out of bounds. Smart by him.
He's still got a bunch of yards, got about 6, exactly what they needed, but he's not in there to try to bang into the line to do anything. I think it's very clear that shoulder, not 100%. So out of the pistol, 3rd and 4. 2 wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Travis Hunter, the man far to the bottom of your screen. Their leading receiver.
Looks like Statesboro's bringing the blitz.
See if they do bring the blitz. They're going to hand it off to Davis up the middle, and Davis looks like he's got yardage. They think he's got the first. He does have the first. Gets about 5 on that one. Taking a look at other scores right now at the half. We told you that Savannah Christian had a 10-0 lead. Toombs now 24-10 over Savannah Christian. A big turnaround in the second quarter. So there's the throw to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is going to break a tackle. He's going to get blocked to the outside, but nobody's going to touch him from there, all the way in the end zone. Then throws a big pop there right on top of him, and I think he's going to get 15 after the fact. Doesn't matter, though. 7 is the number he just got by putting it in the end zone on a very nice screen pass.
Yeah, just really good play by Hunter.
It's tough when you're that fast. You get one, you better tackle him quick. And look at the move that he made. Nobody really touched him there. Travis Hunter, just a junior. You want to know why he's got 20 offers from colleges all over the place? I believe it's plays just like that. And then, unfortunately, a little bit of taunting will probably get him 15 and push them back.
That penalty would be ministered on the kickoff.
Extracurriculars.
Penalty be ministered on the kickoff?
That's one way to put it definitively. So, 27-14, Effingham now leading Statesboro, but Statesboro will get an opportunity with a shorter field after the penalty on Travis Hunter for a little bit of, as John put it, extracurricular activity after the fact. Emotions are very high in this game. I'm almost a little surprised because both these teams seem to have a lot of respect for one another, but maybe because it's that last game and they know what it means. Well, now another flag.
Drop snap.
Well, that's not a penalty if you drop a snap, though.
Offsides, defense.
Now it looks like Effingham's going to go for this. They're going to bring their offense back on the field after getting that extra yard, so it's only about a 1-yard play, bringing in some big guys.
It looks like they're bringing in Albright again, number 7, so probably Wildcat.
Notice number 70 coming in the game as well, an extra offensive lineman for them. So they're going to run that unbalanced line you're talking about. Zeke Brown still on the bottom, still going with 2 wide receivers, I guess to keep them honest, so they can't stack the box entirely.
This linebacker's better
But
bump
there
over
is
here.
Albright. Albright that gets easily to the outside. Nobody's going to touch him there.
Yeah.
Looked like he had nothing inside but the speed to get around the corner.
Yeah, they gave that unbalanced look. Multiple tight ends, those linebackers got to bump over.
That's something to be said. He's not a guy with a bunch of carries this year, really doing something. John, if you want to talk about the future somewhere, he's only a junior. I have a feeling he's going to get some more carries next year.
I'm very familiar with Albright. He was with me at Savannah Country Day.
Oh, interestingly enough. What kind of options does he bring? I mean, is this the kind of thing that you saw when you saw him a couple years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I had him as a freshman, and he's obviously developed a little bit since then. Got some offers. You know, he's a great kid.
Coach was talking about it. Basically, development for him is going to be the key, and the evolution as a player, and he is evolving every day. On the defensive side, 44 tackles and 2 picks already this year, so it'll be interesting to see, but I have a feeling from what we just saw here, he's going to get some more carries this year as well as next year.
Yeah, I mean, they'll definitely work on that Wildcat package, and then on defense, he's doing his job.
It's an interesting situation. I mean, Doe Davis is a junior too, but they've been going with a 2-back rotation. Probably works, and he's got a little bit more size to go with that speed. Zombies are here, just in case you're wondering, John, so be careful. It's a tough day for the Zombies right now. The Statesboro not looking as good as they could, 29-14. Blue Devils far from out of this, though. 3:31 left here in the third quarter. Got the home fans, and they've had a couple solid drives so far. Last time, a gamble didn't work. Effingham took advantage, but you have to think Statesboro knows they can be right back in this game very quickly. Mason Kimball engaged Newsom back. It's going to be Newsom, picks it up at the 30. He's getting on the run. He'll get to the 40. He's to the 45, to the 47-yard line, 48, before he's finally brought down by multiple people, including Gernard Albright.
They need to get it going here.
There you go. I think you're right. I think they're putting the quarterback back in. I think you've got to be some option out here, because as good as Childers has been, it's clear that they know where he's going to go and can stop him.
Yeah, they still need to have him in there and give him the ball, just hand it to him, and then do your play action pass. Try it one more time.
But to me, I love the option saying Beckham Gerard can run or throw too, and he has proven he can run it a couple times. So here he is back at quarterback. They're going more with a spread on this one. This was not a wing tee for him. And Gerard's going to throw that one away basically in the middle of about 4 guys. A lot of pressure. The only problem with their passing game right now is the line is not holding up against what John Ford is doing, because he's bringing some heat.
Duff Davis on the coverage.
Been all over the field for us so far in this game.
Let's go offense.
Now went off that system of what they were doing running the ball. You know, you talked about if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of situation. I think they're back in this, but instead they're going to go to this wide open thing and see what can happen. But they're going to hand it off to Childers. Nothing doing huge play right there on the defense side by Landon Carter. Hadn't called his name all night. 6'1", 229, 33 tackles, 15 tackles for loss, 16 including that one right there.
Ball stays at the 49-yard line.
It's a lot of tackles for loss.
He's all over the place there. And you're right, Albright, we were talking about him before. As Coach Ford put it, he's got a bunch of offers.
Yeah, and I mean, his strength obviously is in the pass defense, and they're not having faced much of that today, but he'll come up and hit you.
He will hit you, and he'll hit you hard if he needs to. 3rd and 10 here. Going with a 5 wide.
Lineman split out wide.
Side,
hidden lineman. Oh, there it was.
I guess that's going to be a illegal motion penalty.
Mm-hmm.
They feel he was going to turn up.
5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Did they feel he was going to turn up field on that? I didn't see anybody else moving.
He was attacking the line on the motion.
He did that little juke that he did, a little stutter step.
And really, I mean, he's not even part of that play. It was the hidden tackle.
Going the other way.
Yeah. So they're doing it again, hoping they didn't see it.
This time they're going 3 wides, 2 on the other side. See if they split them out. Nope, they're just going to keep him in for pass protection instead. And Gerard's got his man, and this time it's finally caught. Excellent job on that one. Huge catch by Davis Harrison.
Really good catch.
Harrison dropped the one earlier, made up for it with an excellent catch right there. Harrison just up and over. Albright pulled it in, held on with Albright's hand still on the ball, too.
Yeah, Albright did a great job recovering on that one.
Harrison got about 100 yards rushing, 168 receiving on 11 catches before that one. Excellent job for his 12th catch, putting him in position at 36-yard line. 1:47 left here in the 3rd quarter. Statesboro with the ball. Rashad Childers takes it to the outside. Been their big man. 8 yards on that one, all the way down. Just what the blocker ordered for this team. 29-14, Effingham in the white leading. Statesboro in the blue. Andrew Davis here with Coach John Mooring. You said if it's not broke. Childers has been excellent.
I love that they jump back into the single wing.
They got the couple passes out there.
Got the first down. Now go hammer it in.
I still, as I said, I'm no coach, but I'd love to see Beckham Gerard in there with him just for the opportunity, even if you're not going to give it to him. Childers up the middle, right at the sticks. They're going to mark him just short of the first down with a 1 minute and ticking here in the 3rd quarter. So 3rd and 1, bringing an extra offensive lineman now. Effingham very aware of what they're going to do.
27-yard line.
Which is probably up the middle with Childers, is what they've done multiple times, or Chavers if not.
I would like to see the counter to Newsom here on the outside.
I like the call.
They're thinking it's going up the middle. Let's get him on the outside.
We'll see what goes on. Newsom is number 2. He's on the outside on this one.
They haven't run that left, though, so I'm thinking they're going to stick with the right.
Yep. And they go right to him. Childers again to the 25, to the 23-yard lines before he's knocked out of bounds. Right on the edge of being a late hit, not actually happening. Everybody's good with that. Moving on from there.
That is enough for Ace Electric Blue Devil first down.
some reinforcements in the game. Childers actually going to take a break. No, I thought he was. He looked like he was standing near the sidelines, but he's just getting the play call on this one. 11 seconds left. They do not have to run a play before the end of the half, or excuse me, before the end of the third quarter. And I assume he will not here with 4, 3, 2, no. So we will go to the third quarter, end of it, into the fourth. 29-14, Effingham leads Statesboro, but Statesboro in position to try to get a touchdown closer. We'll have the latest for you, what the Blue Devils are gonna do next on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Down though.
The O.C. Welch WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game is brought to you by O.C. Welch Ford Lincoln. Find the certified pre-owned cars and trucks you're looking for online at GoSeeOCFord.com. And thank you to O.C. for sponsoring us all season long. We appreciate it very much. Right now, Statesboro looking to put some points on the board. They need a score badly. Start the fourth quarter, 29-14, Effingham County with the lead over the Blue Devils. This is Rashad again. One more time for Keon Childers. Keon Childers has been all over the place. Rashad Chavers is the other guy they've run some, but Keon Childers has been the man and just workhorse throughout.
Keep feeding him the rock.
What's working, and they're going right back to it. They're just going in a hurry-up formation right here. See one more time to Childers. Childers will get one, maybe two. Now we're going to send it down to Hank Tatum, who's on the field with the latest. Hank?
Well, guys, the entire regular season comes down to these final 12 minutes. And just a reminder, Effingham with the win, because South Effingham's losing, can secure the 2 seed and a home playoff game. Statesboro's got a chance to win the region title, and one of their coaches put it best before this fourth quarter. If you don't want to be here right now, go home. This is what it's all about.
You got to hold them accountable. Some tough words from both sets of coaches tonight. Thanks so much. So trying to get all the linemen right in there. A couple shifts on, so a lot of linemen moving back and forth for Statesboro. No problem with the clock, though. Beckham Gerard back in at quarterback. He's going to get the ball. He's going to hand it to Newsom on the outside. You asked for it, and you got it. He's down to the 10 and to the 5 to about the 4-yard line. So Gage Newsom on the outside. Coach Morin, you've been saying it the whole time.
Yeah, I like Newsom. I like the way he runs.
He's an excellent player. Their #1 receiver by far. He's a senior. You know, they don't list him as much. 25 catches, 285 with 2 touchdowns. 34 carries going into this game, 272 rushing, and a touchdown himself. A key component of this offense, got some explosiveness. So now we're at the 4, 1st and goal. And there's Beckham Gerard, nothing doing there. Thrown down to the ground with authority on that one by Jackson Eubanks, the senior. Hadn't called his name much so far. Been a lot of Duff Davis, but Eubanks has been filling some holes and letting Davis do his work.
Yeah, they'll get Gerard out of the game after that one.
I would assume so, yes. I don't think he should be in there after that. That looked like one of those plays of we can fix him because everybody's going to look for Childers. Yeah, Gerard hit the ground pretty hard there. Yeah, he wasn't getting up anytime soon. He's near the coaching staff, but I'm not sure how quickly he's coming back in this ball game. And there's Childers again. Keon Childers to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 1. Keon Childers has 22 touchdowns rushing on the year. If he doesn't get this,
he's getting this.
He's getting this.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a question. If he doesn't get this, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore, which some people would say that already. But
same play.
Same play. I go right up that middle where he was before. Either one seems to work. Already with 2 touchdowns, looking for his 3rd on the day. 9:32 left here in the 4th quarter. Statesboro looking. It's dropped. Childers gets it back, and he's going to lose 3, maybe 4, and put Statesboro in a position they're going to have to go for this down 2 scores.
You know I jinxed him, right?
I know you did. Yeah, you did.
That's on me, Childers.
Yep. Apologize to Coach Dobson now. So apologize to Childers and Coach Dobson. And now Statesboro taking the timeout on this one. I'm sorry, injury timeout for Effingham County. Man down on the field. Haven't seen who it is yet.
I hope that's not my guy, Duff Davis.
It could be Duff Davis. I was looking. Well, there are 2 men down. There's a Statesboro player down, and that could be Childers. That could be Keon Childers.
That would be bad for both teams.
So the snap, just a bad snap behind Childers. He tries to make something out of it.
Yes.
Just kind of gets undercut on that one. That was Duff Davis who got him on the tackle. And yes, it is Childers, and it's Duff Davis down. So that's exactly what Statesboro didn't need.
Yeah.
And that's maybe tonight's best defensive player for Effingham on the field.
Yeah, I think that was need ahead.
Yeah. Keon Childers so far, we're going to check up on how many carries and yards he has as well to find out, because you know he can't be out long for this team. He does have to be out for 1 play. And unfortunately for Statesboro right now, it's a 4th and goal from the 4. So what's in your repertoire here? Childers is out of the game. What do you do if you're Statesboro?
4-yard line.
What's the call?
I would go back to the pop pass.
You know, we'll see what happens. They're going to run it because they don't have running backs. They have guys who can go, but not their best team out there without Childers.
It's been open twice, number 5.
MJ Kimball is your running back. Gerard is going to roll and throw. He's looking to throw back, and he's got his man for the touchdown. Davis Harrison. Coach Morin calls it. Wasn't quite a pop pass, but it was a pass. Beautiful drag back to the opposite side.
I like it.
Big play for the Blue Devils with their big man out. Go ahead and score and take it in. And they're going to go ahead, I believe, and kick this. Yes, they're going to kick this, and they'll worry about getting the 2 that they're going to need next time around. With Childers probably out of the game and still needing a little bit of time to get ready. Beautiful job here by Gerard, by the way. That's probably the design, wasn't it, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, the tight end throwback.
Davis Harrison with a great touchdown catch there. Had a couple on the day. Nope, I may have lied to you here. 11 seconds left. They better get something off. 5 here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And they didn't get it off. Whatever they were going to do.
It's a blessing.
It probably is a blessing right there.
So now they're going to kick the field goal.
You kick your extra point, I would assume, from here.
You go for the 2 later.
Yes, now they will bring in their kicker to go ahead and kick this. Interesting. What were they looking to actually call that play, or was it just indecision? What do you look at?
Can't say for sure, but I'm glad it worked out the way it did. That's my payback for Childers.
For Childers earlier. Yeah. Mason Sellers is your kicker, so an extra long, extra point, and a big one here to keep him within 1 score. Kick is up. Kick is no problem there for Mason Sellers, so no harm, no foul on the penalty. 9:10 left here in the 4th quarter. 29-21 Effingham County. Big play in this game, by the way, could be the penalty that allowed Effingham to go for 2 last time instead of just 1. Changes the game just slightly for Statesboro.
Yeah, you'd hate for it to come down to that.
You'd hate for it to come down to 2. But Childers has been the man for them so far in this
Hopefully
ball
he's
game.
okay.
Hopefully he'll be all right. 33 rushes for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns so far for Childers. But it was Gage Newsome. It was what Beckham Gerard did in that drive that made a big difference, too. All right, so we're right back where we came from. Effingham County has had effect with the passing game in the second half. It was all running games other than when they get down to the goal line and are letting Albright do the damage. But they were able to run early, but their running game has been stifled in the second half.
I would like for Coach Ford to stay aggressive here. Screen and go, take a shot, put the dagger.
Well, after last week when Glenn Academy came back from a huge deficit, 31 points, to get within of just a 3 on that one because they kept kicking onside kicks too. You notice, by the way, there are 8-9 guys right up at the line.
Yeah.
There's no chance that this is going to happen. There's not even somebody deep right now.
It's a different alignment there.
Different alignment there. They've got 2 kickers in the game. They've also got Rashad Chavers up the middle to see exactly what's happening here.
I
so
think
everybody's up close.
Middle dribble.
And that's exactly what they're doing is that middle dribble, and it's in the middle. And who's got it?
They got it.
Statesboro's got it right here. Looked like it was touched by Effingham. And Statesboro gets it on the middle dribble, as Coach called it, for the beautiful onside kick. Coach Ford is going to be having nightmares about onside kicks tonight.
I love it. Coach Dobson's so aggressive.
Everybody knew it might be coming. 2 kickers in the game, everything you needed. Didn't fake it, went right for it. Got it across the 10 yards because then touched by the Rebel and in there. How about Statesboro? Coach Dobson says, if I'm going to win this region, I'm going to put it all out on the field tonight. All right, now it's time for the offense. Chavers back in. Keon Chavers, as we said, 33 carries already. Online for 40 plus. If that's what it takes. Beckham Gerard, your quarterback. He'll get it. And again, it's another motion penalty. That was against Childers trying to get up too quickly, I think.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
There's such a slim margin for Statesboro. Penalties like that are very, very important.
Yeah, they need to stay ahead of the chains.
And it changes your play calling in theory. I mean, you can do everything there. You know, we're looking at it so far. You've got the same guys. Childers is in the game. Chavers is in the game. Beckham Gerard, in this case, is not in the game. Going with a different formation symbol, that single wing you're talking about. Childers looking to pass. He's got his man. It's up and just missed Davis Harrison. But boy, that's the call we were talking about. That finally proves that you can do it. He had 2 guys chasing him, just Childers not able to reach his man. That's about the first bad thing Childers has done all game.
That's not his forte.
No, he's not there to throw the ball. Now again, multiple substitutions on the line, bringing extra people in, switching some offensive linemen out. I've never seen this much movement among offensive linemen, too.
They have a bunch of good guards. Keep them flipped, keep them fresh.
And that's what they're doing. Again, the single wing. Again, last second, 7 seconds left on the play clock. Now everybody's in place. It's up to Chavers. Rashad Chavers is going to get the ball this time on the quick toss. Right snap to him, and he'll get 5, right about 5 to get it back to 3rd and 10.
Are they direct snapping that to him?
They direct snap that to Chavers that time.
I have not seen how he's gotten the ball each time.
That time was direct.
I just see he ends up with it.
But you used to be a defensive guy. I hope you saw the ball sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
you know?
when I'm standing 5 feet behind him at linebacker, it's a little different.
But Chavers, the big guy for them, has had a couple good runs for them in this case. They got 5. They would have liked more. Pulled down at the last second. Now we'll see what they can do. Beckham Gerard, the quarterback, back in the game. Looking on the run. He's going to throw. He's got his man, and a great play and a great catch right there for Statesboro. Gage Newsome, and the dive over the first down line.
Really savvy play by Newsome. Came back to the football, caught it, immediately turned upfield, got out of bounds.
You love to have a senior like that who knows what he's doing out on the field and knows where the sticks are. A beautiful play by Newsome. I believe that's his first catch all day, too. He's been running the ball so much for them. And now right back, Beckham Gerard, the quarterback. in that single wing formation with Newsom split, the only wide receiver split out to the left. They'll hand it to Childers. No, Gerard is going to take it himself. Gets some yardage, cuts it back, and get about 8. Nice job by Gerard.
Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier, about reading that end. If they start squeezing and trying to chase, he pulls it. There's nobody there.
Perfect call. You saw it in advance on that one. Because if you see it on the replay, the crash end came down, didn't it, on that one? So the end crashes in on Childers, so he was able to take it around the corner.
Yeah. Gerard's a pretty savvy player.
I learned something from you tonight. I know that. So. But you see that the RPOs are huge, even in that system. They're all throughout college and the pros and everything else, and everybody learns from it. 2nd and 7, 2nd and 3 after the 7-yard gain. Here's the handoff. Good run there by
ball came out.
Kimball, but the ball is out. Are they calling it a fumble? They just waved it. I haven't seen if they've said pointed, no points yet.
They usually
MJ Kimball with the ball, and they will give it to Effingham County on this one. A huge mistake by MJ Kimball. Cost them big. Statesboro had the option, had everything going in their way until the fumble strip by Effingham County. And you see right at the bottom there, pulled in on the defensive side. An excellent play. You see on the replay. Jateria Scott, the corner safety, was able to end up with the ball. Well, it's a crushing blow for the Blue Devils, who looked like they had that tying score in range. They're out to Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter gets a block from his other wide receivers, and he's out in the open field there. He's going to get down to about the 38-yard line. That will be enough for a first down. So gain of 10 for Travis Hunter. Again, Travis is the brother of Travis Hunter. Here, he's a junior. He's got multiple offers, a bunch, as Coach Ford put it, from various schools as just a junior out here. Just a quick guy, not as big as his brother. Still has some room to grow, certainly, but you can see the speed and the ability. And they've used him a lot in this game, maybe even more than they have throughout this season. There's the handoff in the middle. No chance on that one. Keon Johnson coming up with the big hit.
Statesboro needed that one.
Keon Johnson, Xavier Spells also in the middle of that too. Huge play. The running game has been basically non-existent in the second half. It's been all throws, but the passing game has worked very well in running after the catch.
Statesboro's been stemming their line and to eat up those interior gaps a little bit.
Those interior gaps is why they got 100 yards in their first 2 drives rushing. Have not seen anywhere near that since.
This is their formation where they ran that screen and go. They fake block by the slot, pump.
Worked last time. We'll see what happens this time. No, they'll go with this quick turn instead.
Oh, he dropped it.
Dropped by the wide receiver. That had first down written all over it. Nothing doing, though. Suddenly a break for Statesboro, and will be 3rd and 12.
Dropped by Noah Reese, but he had a big catch earlier in the game.
Noah Reese has caught the ball multiple times, got 4 catches coming in. That's the first time he's done anything. Unfortunate for him. Now we'll see what happens. Statesboro defense desperately needs a stop. 6:06 left here in the 4th quarter. 29-21, Effingham County in the white with the ball.
This home crowd's getting rowdy.
They need to. They got to fire it up for their guys. They're going 4 down linemen here.
You got Hunter at the single receiver backside.
It looks like single coverage on the outside. Perkins looking at, he's going to get hit from behind and knocked down by that defense. Heck of a play by Cam Jackson, the senior. 6th sack on the year, and suddenly Statesboro appears to get the ball back one more time.
Really good coverage by Aiden Kemp, number 14. They were trying to get the ball to Hunter, and he was all over him.
You saw it, basically solo coverage. They basically had it just one-on-one, a man-on-man the whole way, going with it, and they got in. Cam Jackson, excellent job. Perkins never saw him and went down. Adam Thompson, the senior, again going to kick this out. Just under 30-yard average. 5:22, clock ticking, 3 timeouts left for Statesboro, if you're wondering. And the snap is over his head. Can Thompson get up? No, it's going to be blocked. Statesboro blocks it, and they're going to have incredible field position at the 20-yard line of Effingham. The swings in this game are outrageous.
Unbelievable.
The snap over the head of Thompson. Now flags come down, trying to get everybody off each other. This would be a bad play. If Statesboro gets a penalty here to push him back, that would be unfortunate because they just made a fantastic play. The third block punt of the year. Positioning everywhere. We'll see what the referees end up calling. There's a lot of people talking to each other about it. Is that Coach Ford all the way out on this side of the field?
Maybe that's the penalty.
I'm not sure what's going on. Everybody's there.
Coach Ford, my guy, is on the opposite hash.
I mean, Coach Ford lost some weight over time. I didn't know he was that quick anymore, though.
Man.
See what the call is.
Hopefully
I'm assuming it's offsetting. I think they're going to call this on Effingham's, what it sounds like from what we got here.
Half the distance.
After the play, personal foul on the kicking team. It'll be half the distance to the goal, to the 11-yard line. It'll be Statesboro's ball.
Well, the tides have turned here. We're going to turn to a commercial real quick, so you got a lot to stay tuned for. Right here at Statesboro with the ball inside Effingham County territory. No. We're going to stay with it. We changed our mind. We like this so much. We're going to stick with it right here. So Statesboro, after the blocked punt, down by 8, now have the ball at the 11-yard line after the personal foul penalty. The Blue Devils.
This is a new formation for them. You got 5 split out wide.
See what they can do. Davis Harrison, who's caught a couple balls, but they're going to go right to Childers. Keon Childers is down to the 1-yard line, a gain of 10, and that'll be a first down, first and goal for the Blue Devils. Davis Harrison, the tight end, there to block.
Yeah, I think they moved him outside for the crack block.
And he did. He cracked back on him. If you look at that replay again, John, I know you saw it.
Him and number 2 switched.
Excellent job. Newsom's been the guy on that side of things. So suddenly, 4:43 and counting. The Blue Devils, first and goal from the 2. Keon Childers.
No way this doesn't go left.
All night long, and they give it to him again. And again, he's going to get in pulled backwards.
Really nice play.
Maybe 1, so it'll be second and goal from the 1. Boy, that's a heck of a job to grab him by the waist and pull him back. We said he's not the biggest guy.
I think that was Jackson Eubanks. I could be wrong.
Jackson Eubanks is a big man, too. He's got the ability to do that. We said, not the biggest guy in the world. Probably was trying to go up and over like he did earlier for a touchdown.
He snatched him right back.
All right. Just over 4 minutes left. Statesboro down 8, but with the ball. Second and goal from the 1. Childers up the middle. Stopped. Did he get in? He did get in for the score. 29-27.
All right, let me flip the script. What is our 2-point play here?
What is the 2-point play? What can you call? Last time you called the drag route for the tight end. Do you just say, we know where our bread is buttered, and is it Keon Childers one more time? He's got 3 on the night already. They are not bringing in a quarterback. They're not bringing in anything. He has attempted 1 pass as the running back. We will see. Statesboro in desperate need for this 2-point conversion to work, to tie this ball game up. They give it to Childers. He's going to get stuffed in the backfield. Nothing doing. In fact, he's going to lose multiple yards. Eubanks with an enormous play. And now the Devils still down by 2. So 3:59 left. Effingham County will get the kickoff when we return right here on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week brought to you by OC Welch Ford Lincoln. Check out our exciting lineup featuring Aviator, Corsair, Nautilus, and Navigator. Looking for a Lincoln? Go see OC today. Want to take one more look at the two-point conversion that just happened. See it here. Jackson Eubanks was not fooled by anybody. Boy, he didn't get blocked at all.
No, you got to block Eubanks.
Can't let somebody go through. So they had an onside kick the last time. We'll see what happens this time. This is somebody new and different. We're looking at everybody. Something different for everything. Every time you see Statesboro's kicking differently, there is not anybody past the 30-yard line, which is Travis Hunter.
I would pooch it right over this 16's head.
I was thinking, 16 is exactly where you were looking and I was looking too. Effingham called the timeout because right now, I mean, there's shell shock over on the Effingham side because they don't know what they're doing when it comes to onside kicks. They may have practiced it a ton this week because it happened 3 times against them last week.
And Dobson clearly has about 7 different options for onside kicks up his sleeve, so it's hard to prepare. But with all those guys moved up like that, and even Hunter up to the 40-yard line, I'm pooching it over and letting our guys go run for it.
Plus, look where Hunter is, too. Hunter's over to the right, to that left side. We noticed it in the game recently, too, that it looked like you could do the exact same thing and have a shot. Hunter's got a long way to go to get it, and if you can get enough distance and your guys can get there, you got a heck of a shot to pick up the ball or at least pin him back deeper.
Yeah.
I like your call on that one, right over the top. It was 19 and 16 over on that side. And we're not saying they can't get to the ball, but they're just pushed up so far. That's Noah Reese and Chris Jenkins. If you look on that right side, we'll see if they keep the same formation. And Jenkins is right over.
I guess they're saying Hunter's fast enough to go get it, which I get.
But Hunter's not in the middle of the field. He's
he's on the left
adjusted
hash.
to the left, almost to the left hash.
I would put it on the Statesboro 20-yard line.
I think that's an excellent call. We'll see. See if you can get it on the 20-yard line. And here is the kick. They're going to kick up the middle, but it is in that general perfect area.
Oh, don't go out of bounds.
Oh, but it ran out of bounds. They couldn't have hauled it perfectly. In fact, it was going to sit down at about the 10 if it didn't roll out of bounds. But the break is for Effingham. The Rebels very happy about that one.
Ball goes out of bounds.
But really not the worst case scenario, I don't think, if you're a Statesboro fan.
No, because the ball's not in Hunter's hands.
We have a kick infraction. Ball was kicked out of bounds, would be placed at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10, Effingham County.
And the 35 is still within reason. You didn't give up a big play. You didn't get any time off the clock.
You have all your timeouts.
And if you're Effingham, I'm not sure if the running game is the way to go. It's been the quick passing game that has dominated the second half for them up until you get close to the goal line. I think Perkins has got the ball in his hand, but also, look who's next to him. Jameer Doe Davis back in the ball game. Again, Doe Davis with 735 yards, rushing 6 touchdowns on the year. They're going to throw it to him this time, and it's going to be just out front of him. I don't know if Perkins is that hurt, but he does not have the accuracy he normally does with that ball.
Yeah, he definitely looks a little off tonight.
And this is an offense that explosive is an easy word to use, and I've used it once or twice already. But, I mean, they can do anything you need to, especially with Hunter out there. I would assume you're going to try to get Hunter the ball.
Yeah, you could see a run play here up the middle with the RPO to Hunter on the outside, singled up.
They're going to run up the middle, and again, Doe Davis is going to get nothing. That interior of the line is not letting anything happen. Cam Jackson in the middle there. So now suddenly we're right back where we started, 3rd and about 9. They are one-on-one on the outside. The guy you're going to want to watch for Statesboro, 14, Aiden Kemp. They have left him out there with Hunter a lot so far. That would be Doe Davis on the side there. He's going to go off with a little bit of a limp. So Junior McKenzie will be back in the game. No slouch himself. 600-plus yards going into this game. But the man on the top, on the slot, I believe, is Travis Hunter. See what they go. They go immediately to Hunter. It's too low, though, and not a great throw. Hunter can't pick it up, and suddenly we're at 4th down and 10. And it appears that the punt team comes out. We're looking at 3:08 left, so less than a minute came off that clock in that drive.
Yeah, that went about as bad as it could possibly go for Effingham.
You talked about the aggressiveness of Coach Ford. I think it's there. I'm not sure if Tucker Perkins is quite 100% right now, because I believe in a normal day, Tucker Perkins is hitting both of those throws.
The drop pass is really what kills you because it's not milking any clock.
There is the punt.
Oh!
It's almost blocked again. There's Gage Newsom, who's going to call for the fair catch, so he'll be at the 33-yard line. So, 3:02 left, 29-27. Effingham County with the lead.
We got ourselves a ball game.
We got a ball game.
I like it. I mean, it plays to Statesboro. They can still do their run game.
And I'll tell you that the kicking game is reasonable for Statesboro.
Okay.
Landon Neesmith is out there. The company has the ability to do this, and they have the capability. It's not even Neesmith that we're talking about. It's going to be Mason Sellers, the kicker. He's just a sophomore, so we'll see what he can do, but we got a long way to go before that. There's the snap, and it's picked up. It's barely grabbed by Statesboro. Effingham was within a whisker of getting that off the bad snap.
Got a great job by Gerard getting back on that. I thought that was getting scooped and scored the other way.
It looked like it was going to, that's for sure. Let's take another look here. Barely got to that. Wow, any number looking at that play.
I know the anxiety is tense down there because I'm sweating up here.
You're sweating for him right now. Marshawn Monroe was one of the guys, almost got him. Almost would have had that ball and maybe ended the game for them. There's Beckham Gerard. He's going to throw. He's got a man. It's going to be knocked down. An excellent play on the corner. Wonderful play. Chris Jenkins with a beautiful play on the corner. Intended for Davis. Harrison, boy, is a good throw. Maybe one of the better throws of the day, but Jenkins was all draped over him.
Yeah, I'm glad the refs are at least consistent because I think that could have been a penalty, but they didn't call it.
It's one of those ones in the NFL I hate where if he touches his back but knocks it to the other one, they call it immediately. I think that was just a great play by Jenkins. So here we are. 2:12 left, 29-27 Effingham. Statesboro with the ball. Beckham Gerard. Again, they went to stop and go for Newsom. Newsom looking for some help, and they're going to throw the flag. They're going to throw the flag on it, and again, it's 50-50 on some of these balls, but Newsom had to stop and come back, and I think that's what cost him on the penalty.
It was a great stop and go route. He really sold it on the stop.
Well, you've sang Newsom's praises all day, and again, this is a play that he made this happen by coming back to the ball. You can see the play on the
15-yard
replay
penalty from the
there.
previous spot. Does not carry an automatic first down, but we will replay third down.
All right, so it'll be, what, 3rd and 4?
So it's from the spot, yeah, so it'll be about 3rd and 4 on this one after the play. Remember, the big play that knocked Beckham Gerard all the way back for about 10 yards, but suddenly we're 3rd down and reasonable. 2:05 left, 4th quarter. Effingham County with the 2-point lead. Statesboro in the blue with the ball. 3rd and 2 on this one. Beckham Gerard, 16-year quarterback. Next to him, Keon Childers, who's had a heck of a game. It's going to be Gerard, though. And Gerard will get in there, and he's going to get popped, but he's also going to get to the 50-yard line. So suddenly, Statesboro in business. Call it the 49 of Statesboro.
I like that kid. Watch this.
1:56 left. You see it there. Takes a big shot. Nothing doing, though, to stop him. They're going to put it to 49. Clock is moving. 1:49 left. Statesboro with 3 timeouts. Looking to throw. Gerard. He will get it to Newsom. Newsom gets to the out-of-bounds marker at about the 42-yard line. Again, knows what he needs to do. Stop the clock is as important as getting a first down there instead of trying to get extra yardage.
I really like Newsom's football IQ. I mean,
very smart.
Very heady player.
Man down here for Statesboro, one of their big offensive linemen. That would be Chandler Tyson, their center. Newsom did an excellent job. They're clearly watching those NFL and college where he's reaching the ball out to get an extra yard even, to get it that much closer, but he knew out of bounds was more important than 2 more yards on this one.
And it's so hard. I mean, you go over it so many times in practice and you run 2-minute drills and guys still see that open grass and they take it, not knowing that time is of the essence and Just a great heady play by Newsom to get out of bounds.
So just to reset it, 1:39 left here. Statesboro in the blue has the ball at the 43-yard line of Effingham County. They are down 2 points, 29-27. It'll be 2nd and 2. Their center just went down with an injury, but they've been rotating offensive linemen. Coach Ford from Effingham County has been very aggressive on defense. Do you blitz here and try to take them out? Because you're expecting a Keon Childers run potentially to get the first down.
I don't know. Effingham kind of does what they do on defense. I mean, it looks like they got some backers walked up in the A-gap.
They're at least playing like they're going to, and they will come with the blitz. Beckham Gerard, he's going to throw it up, and Newsom's wide open, and Newsom's going to score, and Statesboro's going to have their first lead of the day.
Wow.
The crowd goes nuts.
Newsom.
Gage, Newsom. Talking about him all day. Coach Warren's favorite player, and deservedly so right now.
Yeah.
How about that play? 33-29, up by 4. You assume they will just kick for 1. You can just watch it here. Newsom with the fake, and then just sprinted it out. And nobody close to him. I don't know if it was an actual turnaround when you couldn't see from that one, Coach, but it certainly looked like the same thing that he faked like they were going to run and then just took off, and nobody was with him on the corner side. And they're going to go for 2 to get up 6. That's their goal here. That's why you go for 2 right here. There's Beckham Gerard. He's got his man wide open, and Gage Newsom again. Suddenly, Gage Newsom's everywhere.
Yeah, he's their Childers. Feed him.
So 35-29 now. Statesboro first lead of the game, up 6. Effingham County, by the way, 2 timeouts and an offense that can score in bunches, so this is far from done. All right, so Coach Ford, what's he saying to his guys right now?
I'm leaning on Perkins right here. I mean, they have the receiving core, they have the O-line, they have the quarterback, and they have 2 timeouts.
This is what you're built for, right?
I mean, region championship on the line.
This is what everybody wants. Perkins has been a quarterback for years. Last year, 2,600 passing yards, 32 touchdowns. This year down, 14 touchdowns, only 1,100. Has the ability, wants to move on to college. This is what he's looking for. Senior year, last regular season game. You know he wants this a lot.
This is what separates the big-time quarterbacks, right?
You want to be big time, here's your chance.
Yeah, you've got
At the
ball.
same point, we've seen big time from Beckham Gerard, who made a couple great throws to do it, but a wide open Gage Newsom was the key on that touchdown pass.
And I love the way Gerard just keeps his head in the game. I mean, he's getting subbed out. They're putting 2 bags, and he stays over there and answers when they need it.
Talked about it. He was cheering his guys on, waving the towel. It wasn't about him, it was about team in this case.
Are they onside kicking this for?
They're faking something.
Oh my God.
What are they doing?
Oh.
Holy cow.
What?
I don't know what. Okay, well, Coach Dobson's confused me thoroughly.
All right.
You're up 6.
I love Dobson, but I don't love that call.
Why would you give them a short field?
Maybe he's going for dagger.
Even if you
if he gets it, it's game.
But even if you kick it out of bounds, you get it at the 35-yard line. Coach, there's no way you're calling that.
I mean, the only reason I'm not criticizing him is Dobson's my boy. But God, I mean, jeez.
You know, you're up here, though.
I need to phone a friend. Can I phone a friend?
If this costs them, we'll find out. An interesting call by Coach Dobson, not the one I would have. We'll find out what happens. Tucker Perkins, your quarterback. He's going to drop back to pass. He's looking for Travis Hunter, and he seems to got it, but he's overthrown Hunter, who was open by about a step and a half. Hunter looking for a call from the refs, not going to get it. Nothing doing on that one. By the way, very brief score update from Toombs County. 38-17 now. Toombs County at the end of the 3rd quarter in control of that game and apparently in line to win that region title.
I would have loved to be in that locker room at halftime.
Be interesting to see what they did, but now I'm worried about this locker room in this field right now.
Screen and go.
Statesboro going to call the timeout on defense. Did not like the setup on this one, so Coach Dobson comes over and calls that timeout. So Hunter clearly the guy that they're going to. He's got the speed to go deep. He's got it when he gets the ball quickly. Do you go ahead and bracket him? Do you go with 2 guys to do that and say, make one of the other guys beat me?
Well, I would have done that all game. I mean, all game he would have been bracketed. He's not going to be the one that beats us, but, you know, I've seen him go with 3 high safeties on defense. I would go with some kind of prevent here, keep it underneath, make it check it down.
They still have 48 yards to go, 49 yards, 51 yards
and they
to
need
go.
a touchdown. So
And they need a touchdown.
I'd be a bend but don't break. Keep it in front of you. I would not let Hunter get behind me like he just did.
But how much better do you feel if this ball's at the 30 or 35 instead of the 50?
100% better.
So Coach Dobson willing to roll the dice. That was the 3rd onside kick attempt of the game.
He's betting on his guys. I like it.
He's betting on it, and so far we'll see. 1:23 left, 35-29. The Blue Devils beating the Rebels. The Rebels with the ball, though, looking for the score that could tie or take the lead. Tucker Perkins back to pass. He's going to get sacked. No, he's out. No, he will get pulled down on the sack. Xavier Spells with his 5th sack of the year.
Effingham's got to burn timeout here.
1:10, clock ticking, no timeout yet. 3rd and 15 for the Rebels. Bringing all the wide receivers back who are all way down the field.
Yeah, you got to call timeout there. You're losing so much clock.
1 minute left. No timeout yet from Effingham. Crowd cheering, getting fired up. Perkins with the ball. Looking for his man, looking for Hunter. He's going to almost get pulled down again. He's able to stay up, and he's able to throw. And did he catch it?
I think that ball touched the ground.
And the call will be, we're going to look at what the refs say. It will be a catch at the 34-yard line. Effingham County with a monstrous first down with an incredible play by Tucker Perkins. Take a look on the replay right here. Perkins
Does
with
the ball
the ball
touch the ground
looks
here?
like he's about done.
Ball touches the ground. He's down.
Goes
I'd be livid. They got him up here.
All right. Well, we'll see. 43 seconds left.
Makes it interesting.
He got out of bounds, by the way, on that one, too. Looking for the screen. Now Perkins is going to run. He's got some room. He's limping pretty good, but he's going to limp his way all the way to the 15-yard line. A nice play by Perkins. Boy, you can see how limited he is by watching him run right there. But he did everything he needed to on that previous play to make the play. Look at that.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Like
Great play.
His arm is not done as well, but his legs did what they needed to late in this ball game. 35 seconds left. 35-29, Statesboro leading Effingham County. A late touchdown has them with their first lead of the ball game. Now the Rebels looking to ace this up, get the 2nd seed in the region, and take away Statesboro's chance at a region title away. The Devils calling their 2nd timeout. All right, 15, your 1st and 10 from the 15. Effingham with 2 timeouts. They still have the ability to run. They still can throw. They can do just about anything. Do you even take a chance? Do you think that maybe they're so focused on pass right now? A Doe Davis or a McKenzie could break one off in the middle.
I like more just the drop back pass with the option for him to run like he just did. Make them cover those receivers. The quarterback can still get a couple yards. You still have the 2 timeouts. Thank God he's coaching and I'm not, because now he's still got 2 timeouts left.
This is why you're very happy to be all the way up here on this one, aren't you?
Yeah, I have 0 stress up here.
Interesting on the play that Perkins just ran on, too. Fake screen to the outside. You saw the receiver jump to try to act like he was going to get it. Perkins didn't have anybody open on the other side, but was able to get those big 15-plus yards. We said big-time players come up in big-time situations, and right now Tucker Perkins is proving he is big-time.
That's the guy you want with 1:30 left in the clock.
Is he the man you want with 35 seconds left? Will be the next question that we have. He's done everything he's needed to in this last minute. We'll see what he can do in the last 35. Perkins, 4 wide receivers. Junior McKenzie behind him as a running back. Perkins is going to throw it up. He's got his man in the end zone. That's a touchdown for Effingham County. Tucker Perkins and the Rebels with a massive drive for the score. And we are tied at 35 with the extra point still to come. What a throw and a play call.
I'm glad we got to call this game. It's very exciting.
And we're not done yet.
And Statesboro's been really close on these extra points a few times now, so
and they're going to need
they better
here.
protect. Bring the house.
The only thing you're going to say, and it's not a criticism because you have to call for the defense at some point, Coach Dobson used 2 timeouts on that. So they only have 1 timeout left with this 29 seconds, where they may have had 2 or 3, which is a big difference. We'll see the extra point right now. This will get the lead for Effingham.
Oh!
He missed it! He missed the extra point with the pressure coming at him. We're still tied at 35.
We got a ball game.
What a game. The fans erupt. The teams are ready. Statesboro's got second life. You want to swing? We'll swing you one way, we'll swing you the other. And the best thing is both teams have come up with great plays. This has not been a mistake by somebody. This has not been a terrible play. Instead, it's great plays by offenses to get us to this point.
What a game.
Wow. Just when they needed it the most, they were able to get enough pressure to make that kick go off to the side. I absolutely think that was because there was somebody in front of him. He had to get it off quicker than he wanted to.
Yeah. And that, if he kicks it straight, it's blocked.
Take a look right here. Again, a lot of pressure. It just wasn't. I don't know if it was hard.
He might have gotten a piece of it.
He may have even gotten a piece of it. We can't really tell from there. Jackson Wilhope going into that was 26-28 coming tonight, had hit all 4.
I think that was Xavier Spells
who came in. Xavier Spells has had a good job. He's had a couple different times where he's been in tightly on this. So block punt. Xavier Spells had a block punt coming into this game. I don't think Effingham's onside kicking this one. Coach Ford would rather take this to overtime. I think he feels his offense is better. But at this point, I'm not sure what either of these coaches are going to do. So. And they will kick it deep. That will be Gage Newsom, who had a big play earlier for the touchdown. We'll see what he can do on the kickoff return. He's got to the 20. He's to the 25, to the 30, and the 31-yard line with 21 seconds left. So Statesboro has the ball, 21 seconds left, 1 timeout. John Mooring, you're the coach. Are you taking a shot or two?
No.
You're going to kneel on this, go to overtime?
Yep.
Okay. We'll see what Coach Dobson's done.
They still have 2 timeouts.
Coach Dobson has also called 3 onside kicks so far.
Well,
he's had a halfback pass, a wide receiver pass.
Then it's definitely a double reverse pass. What am I thinking? This isn't what I would do.
Now, Effingham does have 2 timeouts, just so we understand, so they could potentially at least force a punt. They're going to throw a quick out to Childers, and he went out of bounds. That's probably not ideal. If you're going to do that, that's probably not your best move.
I don't like that now because now they have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I don't see that as a great idea. And by the way, Childers is coming up limping. And if you're going to go to overtime, that's not going to be good. So, because he has been the man. We'll give you his stats here when we get out of this play.
I'm going to stop
right
talking
at the
now
end.
because now
they're
going to throw a bomb. It's for a touchdown.
16 seconds left. Beckham Gerard, he's going to take it himself, and he's going to get pulled down from the outside. Excellent job on that one by Marshawn Monroe, the senior.
Interesting.
That's his 6th sack of the year.
Is Coach Ford's okay?
Coach Ford's okay with overtime. All right, so we are headed to overtime. Effingham County, Statesboro. Statesboro wins, they win the region. Effingham County wins, they come in second and get a home game in the playoffs. We're going to tell you exactly what happens. We're going to watch it all happen here in just a moment. We're going to look at the overtime rules. Here they are for everybody. So it starts with a coin toss. You get to choose whether you want to go first or second on this one. You start at the 15-yard line. Both teams do get a possession to try to score. If you score, the other team has to match whatever you do. In the third overtime, you have to get a 2-point conversion from there to go ahead and score. Every time, no more extra points on this one. 1 timeout per overtime period. They don't carry over, it's 1 every time. So you're just going back and forth. So if you start the game after winning the coin toss, you then go second the next time. That's what happens, just back and forth from the 15-yard line. So we will see. So by nature, coaches always choose to go second.
Yeah, defense first if you have a choice. Look at this.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. All right, overtime. We'll flip 1 coin. Whoever wins that toss will have that option of defense or offense. The first possession will go from the 25-yard line. Both of y'all have that possession.
15.
Is it 15 or 25?
It's 15 in high school.
We've had too many.
I was going to say,
we've had too many private schools.
I don't get a college paycheck. Hey, I don't need them going to 25. I need to be as close as I can.
All right, so 15.
This is
now,
great.
if you lose a possession, you can't run it back for a score. It's dead immediately. Then we reset. You still get a first down. Your timeouts are gone right now. You'll get a timeout on each overtime possession. inning, whatever you want to call it. It's each one of you you'll go. So when we flip the coin, whoever wins the toss will have offense or defense or what choice of the field you want to play on. Once we determine that end of the field, that will never change. That will always stay the same. It just, the possessions will be what you want to do if you win the toss. Okay. All right, any questions? I don't think there's anything we might have left out on that. Oh, I know. All right.
Football, baby.
We'll start heads, tails. You get to call it. What do you want?
Tails.
Tails he's calling, guys. I'm going to catch it. If I drop it, I'll flip it again. You said tails?
Yes, sir.
Tails it is.
Defense.
Defense, which in the field. All right, good. We'll play down there. All right?
All right, so there it is.
Guys, here we go.
Let's
Coach,
go.
Ronnie Melton, the referee, detailed it all for us. I told it to you. Ronnie did it even better than I did. So alternating possessions from the 15-yard line. And here we are, starting it anew. It's 0-0 basically here. By the way, we're just looking at some of your numbers here. Keon Childers, 37 rushes for 131 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. Tucker Perkins, 12 of 23, 162, 2 touchdowns, but the biggest one was the last one. Hit that drive. He was, by my count, I believe, 4 of 4 and that touchdown.
And a long run.
And a long run on top of that, too. On a bum ankle. On a bum ankle. Taj is all over it. Taj, you don't get overtime for overtime, though. I'm sorry to tell you. So this is just part of the game. So Taj, my stat guy, has been the best all year long. He may leave. We don't have any more stats because Taj is leaving because he doesn't get overtime. So we'll alternate it somewhere. We'll do a coin toss for it like that. So Taj has been my guy all year long, and I appreciate him to no end. I couldn't do it without him. So meantime, Statesboro with the ball from the 15-yard line. There's Beckham Gerard. He's got to the 10. He's to the 5. He's to the 2. He's in for the score. Statesboro on the first play of overtime gets 6. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, I'm speechless. What do you say?
Beckham Gerard, who's run the ball 5 times all day, not thrown more than 10 passes all day. They call his number, and he does exactly what he needs to.
First thing I thought was there's no Childers in the game.
Keon Childers, we just told you the numbers, came off pretty gimpy on that first play after the last play they threw a screen pass to him. He does not have his helmet on the sidelines. Hank's going to be down there, I'm sure, and tell us more if he gets any more. But right now, Keon Childers is limping, and that kick is up and good. No, it's no good.
Ooh.
An extra point is missed again. Mason Sellers now is the one who came up, and he came off to the right. So suddenly, if Effingham County scores and gets the extra point, they can win the game. Kickers coming really tough day.
Really weird game of special teams.
So I was worried about Keon Childers. The extra point, I should have realized, was no guarantee. So now Effingham gets the ball. They will start again from the 15-yard line. They have to score or they're done. They have to get a touchdown or the game will be over.
I feel like Statesboro had the momentum right there. Scored on the first play, then you miss the kick, and now all of a sudden Effingham's like, let's punch this in.
You can't take anything for granted. It's proven by the end of regulation when Effingham missed that extra point.
Statesboro has stopped the run now, so they're going to force Perkins to win this thing through the air.
See what happens. Perkins will go through the air. They're going right back to their number one. But look at that. What a play. So each team scores on the first play. Zeke Brown with the touchdown. Now again, it comes down to an extra point, which could win the game.
Really, they could have. I'm not going to say this.
Coach Dobson unhappy. I think what I saw with Coach Dobson, I think, is saying too, is one of the Effingham players took their helmet off and threw it on the ground.
Which would be 15.
Should be 15 and pushing back, which means this extra point was suddenly 30-plus yards.
I saw that same thing.
All right, Jackson Wilhote.
But we've had no calls all day, so.
Missed his last one.
Well, they're going to bring same pressure off that right edge.
Jackson Wilhote for the win. Nope, they're going to. Statesboro ices him with the one timeout they have in overtime.
Coach. Yeah. Dobson's pointed it out to him.
Yeah, I think you saw it, I saw it, everybody saw it. If you go by the bench, I watched the player take his helmet off, throw it on the ground.
It wasn't, he did it from the hash.
Yeah, well, I didn't see the actual throw.
Yeah,
I just saw him there.
He threw it from the hash to the sideline.
Definitely
should have been a
the
call.
life of a kicker right there in the middle of the field, all by himself. Nobody around. All he's got to do is hit the extra point. No guarantee he missed one at the end of regulation, which brought us to overtime. Then the kicker from Statesboro, Mason Sellers, missed his in overtime. So we're right back where we started to take the win. Jackson Wilhoit and the Effingham County Rebels. You'll be able to hear it right here. Wilhoit, the left-handed kicker. Statesboro's nearly gotten to him a couple times. Oh, almost got it. Doesn't matter. Effingham County will win this ball game on the extra point in overtime over Statesboro, 42-41. A fired-up Rebel team coming over and celebrating with their guy. A lot of emotion out there on both sides. I think they're trying to keep them apart, was probably a good idea. Tough day for the Blue Devils. They were this close to being there for at least a second overtime. But an extra point belies them on a really, really well played, excellent game from the Blue Devils. It's tough to look at this. I mean, you've been on both sides of games like this. Talk about first Effingham County, the excitement, the joy that you had out there.
You had chances all night, and you finally got one at the end. The team obviously celebrating. Statesboro, I hated for them. You know, they both played a phenomenal game, competitive.
You know, you're looking at a team in Statesboro who's maybe a year away, but they do have a lot of seniors. They do have a lot of guys. They're not done. They'll go to the playoffs as a 3 seed in this case. Brunswick won big, as far as we know. So they're in play. They're good. They're going to be the 1 seed. Effingham will be the 2nd seed. But for the Rebels to go on the road like this and to be able to do this, you see the coaches right there at midfield talking to each other. You know, you kind of hate to see, there are a lot of emotions on the kids.
Yeah.
And you hate to see it go the wrong way because they both played so well in this ball game.
Yeah, I hate it for the kids.
Dobson and Ford right there talking to each other.
And those two are really good buddies of mine, both in Class Act.
Yeah.
Great coaches.
I'd like to see if we can potentially, Hank is right there with Coach Ford. I'm not sure if we're going to get a chance. He's going to run to the locker room, and maybe Hank needs to talk to him early on this one to see if we can get him to make sure everything's okay. They're talking to the band over there. The kids are over by the band, which is good. I'll tell you, we saw a high-level high school football game tonight, John.
Yeah, I didn't think after the first quarter that shootout that we predicted was going to happen, but here we are.
Interesting to see. I don't know if we would have guessed 42-41 for any sort of finisher there. So Hank's down with Coach Ford. I'm sure Coach Ford is very emotional right now.
Coach, just take me through those final few minutes there. Obviously, emotions are high. What does it feel like now that your team got the win?
Grateful to God. Our kids played hard. Huge ups to Coach Dobson and Statesboro. Golly, what a great opponent. What a well-coached bunch. What a hard-playing bunch. So a lot of credit to them. Just grateful our kids just never gave up, never out of the fight. 48 minutes, they've been doubted all year, and they just keep chopping wood, keep doing a great job. I love them. We got the hardest working kids in the 912. We got the best kids in the 912. I love these kids. I love Effingham County High School. The future is bright.
Coach, 48 minutes weren't even enough tonight, and then you give up a touchdown in the first play of overtime. What was the message right after that, and how did you get your team to respond?
Never out of the fight. Just stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. Ignore the clock, ignore the scoreboard. Just do your job as hard as you can do it, as best as you can do it. For 48 minutes, if it takes more, it takes more. Everything matters. Little things like extra points, field goals, protection, everything matters.
The final drive of regulation there, and then the first drive of overtime, it was Tucker Perkins. What can you say about his play tonight?
Gutsy, tough, injured last week. Fights his guts out, man. As tough, hey, he is tougher than a $2 steak. He freaking all heart, all passion, committed to his team, loves his teammates, and freaking gutted one out. Great one to Travis, great job by the O-line. Zeke gets one down there at the end, and our kids are just made of the right stuff, man.
Coach, I got one more question for you, then I'll let you go enjoy the win with your team. But now you're headed to the playoffs. You get a home game in the playoffs as the 2 seed. How far can this team go based on what you saw tonight?
We just want to go one game at a time. I'm pretty sure we got Clark Central. Dave Perno I know real well from my Buford days. He's a great leader of men. He's a great football coach. We got to enjoy this one tonight, and then we're right back to work tomorrow.
Coach, congratulations. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the opportunity to talk to your team there. Thank you.
So John Ford, a celebratory mood for John Ford in Effingham County. They're the 2 seed in the region. Tough one for Statesboro. They'll still be in the playoffs. They'll be a 3 on this one, but it's a day to celebrate if you're an Effingham County Rebel. We've got much more to come. We're going to give you full highlights of this incredible game. You can see Coach Ford in the celebration right there. Great highlights. We'll get you the play of the game, the performance of the game, and much more from a wild one right here in Statesboro. 42-41, the Rebels beat the Blue Devils. We'll be right back with much more in the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Welcome back. Now, more Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week. Here's the OC Welch Ford Lincoln postgame show.
Well, they say to the victors go the spoils. In this case, though, the Effingham County Rebels win the game, and now they're picking up their own confetti off the field in Statesboro. There is no rest for anybody out there, even after a big win, but the Rebels earned every bit of that confetti and much more. Andrew Davis here with Coach John Morin. You can't say much. We're catching our breath after this one. The back and forth, but the play of Effingham at the end is pretty impressive.
yeah, I mean, Tucker Perkins just delivered when he needed to.
We talked about the injury. We talked about he wasn't up to par through much of the game, but when it counted, he came through with 2 enormous drives, including the winner in overtime. Right now, we're going to show it to you. It is the play of the game, and why not? And it's a double play of the game because you're going to start with the touchdown pass. First play of overtime, throws it up and in right there to Zeke Brown, his receiver. So then it comes down to the extra point, and Will Holt takes it in, puts it in for the score on this one to make sure he gets it good for them. But Tucker Perkins had a 15-yard run, had a touchdown before that, did everything he needed to, and he had our play of the game. The WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz play of the game is brought to you by O.C. Welch Ford Lincoln. Find the certified pre-owned car or truck you're looking for online at GoSeeOC.com. Hank Tatum is down on the field with Tucker Perkins.
Yeah, guys, here with Tucker Perkins, one of the guys responsible for this big Effingham win. Tucker, you see your team go down late there, and then you're able to engineer a drive and then also in overtime. What were those moments like for you?
I mean, obviously, going down is not fun late in a game like that, but I mean, we just had to push through, and we just needed to do what we needed to do, and we got it done, and it was exciting.
You were favoring that ankle a little bit, especially when you were rolling out of the pocket. How does it feel right now? How were you able to get through that on the field?
Well, you just got to play through stuff like that. I mean, it's a big game. You just got to come out and play as hard as you can, and you just got to deal with whatever happens.
What does that game to end the regular season as you head into the playoffs, which you'll get at home now, do for your team's confidence?
Oh, it gives us a whole bunch of confidence, especially being at home. Our home crowd's just loud, obnoxious. It's amazing playing at home, especially at the Grove. And, I mean, it's what we wanted, and it's what we planned on doing.
Tucker, thanks for your time. Congratulations, and good luck in the playoffs.
All right, Hank, great job with Tucker out there. He's not quite ready to celebrate, but he will later, I'm sure. So we've got much more, including our performance of the game, coming up next on the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week.
Welcome back. Now, more of the Friday Night Blitz Game of the Week postgame show and OC's top performer.
Well, you can't ask for more than that. Coach John Mooring with me. Thanks for being here for a wild one out there. Effingham County with the 42-41 win. And really, it was all on the back of one guy at the end of the game who really gutted his way through. Tucker Perkins, our performance of the game. Just explain to me what that looked like when you're watching Tucker Perkins limp his way through the rest of that.
Yeah, man, we talked about it right before that drive, that the good ones can really separate themselves on those final drives and go win the game for their team. And he did that. He put the team on his back. He hobbled down the sideline. He got a first down, and he threw the touchdown.
Early on, he was able to get it to Travis Hunter, who was able to do it. But it's this play right here, which may be the best. You said the ball touched the ground. We're not going to talk about referees. But for him to be able to make this play and get a huge first down on the last drive of the game, and then this, you can see the visible pain that he was in on the ankle that he hurt last week. But this is the touchdown pass instead that he threw, which was key. And then another one right here in overtime, 13 of 24 passing, 184 yards. 3 touchdowns, but did it when he counted. A quarterback like that can lead you a long way, can he?
Yeah, he said it in pregame. I mean, he's the real deal, and he showed it tonight.
All right, and thank you so much to O.C. Welch, the WSAV CW Friday Night Blitz Performance of the Week. Brought to you by O.C. Welch Ford Lincoln. Looking for a new truck? Go see O.C. today. On the other side, want to get one in for Statesboro out there. Kevon Childers, 37 rushes, 131 yards. And 3 touchdowns, was a man on the day and should be given a lot of credit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember talking when he had 7 carries or 3 carries, and we're like, this guy's going to have 40 carries tonight. And he put the team on his back.
You know, we're looking at some of the highlights, and there were a lot of them in this 42-41 game, and that didn't even show what really went on during this. You get a good look here, Tucker Perkins throwing one up, and you thought this might have been a touchdown. Little tug, I think there was some questions on the outside, but they played it even. Jameer Doe Davis really gutted it out himself. Bad shoulder. He was able to take this one in for a score.
Yeah, he had a great game. The whole backfield did early on, and it kind of led them in the first half, and it was Perkins in the second half that came back.
Doe Davis had 6 rushes for 79, had 73 on his first 3, so the Statesboro defense came up big. Statesboro, though, did whatever they needed to. Kevon Childers just down to the 1. Every time he seemed to touch the ball, you expected him to take it someplace, and he touched it a lot. We said 37 carries, those 3 touchdowns. I mean, for a man to put the team on his back like he did, from your perspective, pretty incredible.
Yeah, and be 150 pounds and doing it is another incredible feat in himself.
And Statesboro defense in the second half especially came up. They couldn't stop Albright, who ran in 2 scores himself from those Wildcat formations. Speaking of Wildcat, there's Kevon Childers again. He was a monster in the Wildcat, and they ran him so much. He ran the offense himself in so many different ways and did everything he needed to with the help of that offensive line who pushed him forward all day.
Yeah, you got to give the offensive line credit on both sides. They did a great job all night. Both teams.
That was Junior McKenzie, who's looking for some yardage. Couple penalties, a little bit back and forth on this. Albright would take this one, and again, one more time here. The Effingham running game, that's McKenzie taking that one in. The running game for Effingham was good. We said they had 1,700 yards on the day. They're running 3 and 4 wide receivers most of the time. I'm really impressed with what they can do with that running game.
Yeah, they're very multiple, and they can get in 2 tight ends and run the ball, and they can spread them out and throw the ball. So they're going to be a tough team in the playoffs.
Statesboro down 14. You saw the touchdown pass to Davis Harrison there from Beckham Gerard. They get the onside kick. They come all the way down the field. They're driving for the tying score, and we'll see. No, yes. Gerard not able to get anything happening there. He throws it up to Gage Newsom. We don't see Gage on that one. That was the next series after. But Newsom takes it in. They got to get the 2. They go with the drag route back to Harrison, and Newsom gets the 2-point conversion there for the extras. Suddenly we're right back in it. Then, all the way when they need some help, what else do? They go back to Tucker Perkins. Perkins with the touchdown to tie it for them. They miss the extra point. They go to overtime. They take it in for the score on that one from Zeke Brown, and then the extra point wins it 42-41. Effingham County comes up strong when they do it. We thank you so much for being here with us. I just want to thank the incredible crew that I have dealt with all year and done an amazing job. It's the best year that I've been proud of. I've never been more proud to work with a set of people like I have in this crew every single week. They mean the world to me. Everything they've done has been an incredible thing. John Mooring, thank you for being here, and all my other color commentators as well. Andrew Davis for John Mooring and the entire crew on the Friday Night Blitz. We'll see you next year. Pinckney will get this one. He'll get it at about the 1. He's got it up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and 30, to the 35, to the 40, to the 50. He is gone! There's a fumble. Scott's able to pick it up, though. Look out.
Including Mr. Scott, somebody that can make a bad play a good play. He didn't even see that the ball was that bad of a snap. He picked it up, and then his instincts took over and went and drive, and he took that all the way down the field for a score.
Thomas will pull it under, looks to throw. Now he's going to scramble a little bit. He's going to throw it. He's got a man wide open down the field. Can't yell down. Yell down to the 20, to the 10. That'll be a touchdown for the Red Raiders. Here we are, 28-23 Jenkins, 7:20. Clock ticking in the fourth quarter.
Time for players to make a
Holloway,
play.
your quarterback. He's looking deep. Now he's going to run. He's got a man open, wide open. Elliott, he's to the 20, to the 10, and he'll go into the end zone for the score.
It's been a good night for football. There's been some rain out there.
And now there's a lightning delay. This is a huge rainstorm and a big lightning delay. The lightning delay has ended. It's a pass. Got him wide open on this one. Walters cuts it back over the middle. Cuts it back again. And what a play.
So 2nd and 9 for the Benedictine offense. He's got some space and a tackle broken by Joshua Washington. Now the 25. Makes a man miss. Makes another miss. The 10. Welcome back, Joshua Washington. Touchdown Cadets.
6-0 Jenkins. This time it's Smith up the middle, and Smith's got a good chunk of yards. Yep. He's going to bounce to the outside, and he'll go in for the score.
This is exactly what Hilton Head needs to do. Put them in these 3rd and longish situations.
There's 3rd and 6. There's a hit off to Mitchell, and the ball is, and it's picked up on the play. Going the other way, Thaddeus Zarnecki just right out of the hands of Mitchell.
Popped right in his breadbasket, and Thad the Impaler put a dagger in the Sharks early.
And now the snap is over his head, though. He's going to try to pick it up and make something out of it, and he may. He's going to dump it off to Yeldell, and what a play by Thomas.
Can you say magic?